Welcome back to the Sportscast NFL Game Day Show. With juggling Johnny in the corner.
Juggling Johnny Icebox.
Johnny Icebox juggling in the corner. He's juggling his balls in the Icebox corner over there live in the Icebox Studios. Once again, every Wednesday, 6 to 8 p.m. right here live at thenewsportsgrew.com. Icebox Studios on Ustream. Make sure you can check us on iTunes, subscribe to the show, all that good stuff. iHeartRadio, Stitcher, and every other platform you could probably think of to download music. We are on. So appreciate everyone back here in the house. We are lucky to have a show today. We'll talk about that in just a little bit, man. Johnny Icebox has had a rough day, man. Can you get that song cue? Because it's going to be played for Johnny. Yeah. It's Johnny's anthem today. I'm sorry.
Once again.
Wow. It was all going so good when I woke up, too.
It was. You're having a good day, right?
Yeah.
Man. You know, looking forward, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. Big show coming up for you guys today. NFL, man, we're already in week 10 right now. And
I don't like the sound of that.
I don't like the sound of that either, man. We only got about 2 more months here, regular season.
It truly sucks, bro.
It's going by quick, and this season has been, for me, as far as whether it's been college, NFL, I don't know who's good and who's not still.
College is kind of playing its way out now. College is finally, the ship's finally
Is
riding.
it?
Yeah, last week, the teams that should have won, and everything's starting to
Well, we'll cover that in your college
down.
roundup coming up, which can be fantastic.
But
Again,
the
they came out with
pros?
their playoff system, so we're going to talk about that, their playoff.
But the pros?
Yeah.
I don't have a clue.
I don't either.
I really, truly don't.
I mean, the Patriots the best team in the league now in the AFC? And are the Cardinals the best team in the NFC? Like, I don't know.
The Colts get rocked by Pittsburgh and then just go in and blow out the Giants at home.
Yeah, is the Roethlisberger back?
The Roethlisberger's back, man. He's
taking
the best football
something,
ever.
man.
And he had the Popeye going.
Yeah.
Took that shot to the Johnny.
Yeah. The pirate.
He did,
I'll
man.
just throw another touchdown.
I love the thing that Chabby sent me. Go to my Twitter if you want to see the thing Chabby sent me.
At Johnny Icebox on
Johnny
Twitter.
Icebox.
Was it a good one?
Yeah.
Oh, let's check it out.
It was Ben doing the pirate. That was the last thing I posted.
So if you guys got fantasy questions,
bitch,
again, we're going to cover Week 10 boom bust. Lawrence will be with us about 6:45. Cover our Week 10 picks. So we've got 6 teams on buys. A lot of good players on buys. Again, it's one of those weeks where you're lucky if you get a win. You're lucky if you have a player score over 6 points. Literally, when it comes down to it, some of these players I'm playing, like I would never start these fantasy football players, Knocker, in at any time. I started Darren McFadden.
Oh, my God.
Frank Kramer went on his show the other day and said, I bet nobody has a Raiders player on their team.
I would hope not.
Well, I had a Raiders player on my team for damn sure. My goodness. Ridiculous.
What did he do? How did he do?
I mean, he got six points or so.
I mean, if you were stuck for a quarterback, Derek Carr has been throwing some touchdown passes. He could get you serviceable points.
Yep.
As opposed to, some of the other guys out there. But there's not one other player on that team just worth anything.
Yep.
It's just bad.
Please choose a
really
sponsored
bad.
video.
Oh, that's me.
Your content will...
That's me, sorry.
You buying porn again?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Please choose a sponsored video.
Step up to CDs, man.
We have to
DVDs.
speak of that. We're going to get to Johnny's story of Las Vegas that he told earlier today. It's fucking fantastic. We're going to talk about
The
that.
best story ever.
Yeah, it is. Someone is back in the NFL as a starting quarterback coming up this week. We'll talk about that later in the show. It's going to be a good one. We'll talk about that. Another quarterback change in Houston coming up this week as well.
A little late.
So we'll get to all of our rapid reactions in our football segment coming up in just a little bit. Also, we got Renee back with his
back on the ones and twos.
Back on the ones and twos. Funny how the show you miss is like the World Series Game 7. You're supposed to be our baseball guy.
I was giving Johnny shit for the beginning of the show because it was like all fucked up. I was like,
yeah, really.
Hey,
sounds like.
Renee has news also. Renee took a huge step that we'll have to get into a little later.
I was going to say that for the shot of the week.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Find out about it at Shot of the Week.
Yeah, did something this weekend. No, the feed's good, Johnny. I have the feed going too, so
all right,
feed's
I
good.
don't know what's up,
feed's
man.
good. Yes. All right, and also coming up, Shot of the Week award and Shit of the Week as well, brought to you by PWCI Construction. If you guys got a shot or a Shit of the Week, Knockers on the Twitter line right now. Sportscast _THN, the best way to probably get your word across. Also, though, call the show 818-435-8423 is the number. Real quick, guys, over the weekend we had Halloween going on. Anything crazy going on in your Halloween over the weekend, Knocker? Or were you just the old man sitting at home?
I had a crazy thing.
Oh,
going
you
on
did?
in my house on
Oh, wow.
Sunday.
What was going on?
I had all my children sitting around a big table drinking, playing some game called
Yeah.
King's Cup.
Yep. We were partying at your house.
King's Cup.
We were
man.
partying it up at Knockers'
It
house
was
this
awesome.
weekend.
Barbecued some ribs, threw the ribs in there on slow cook at 7 a.m.
Yeah, that's all your
Served
kids
them
were.
at 2, and then you guys sat down and played some King's Cup. It was
Is that the first
friggin'
time you've
awesome.
ever seen King's
I
Cup
had
being
never
played?
even heard of that game. Never even seen it. It's freaking hilarious.
It was
Awesome.
It's a cool
and
game.
and what I dug is, Mom's was kind of on the outskirts going, oh, man, here they go again. They're drinking again. And
She's getting a little angry, going into mom mode.
And, your sister doesn't drink, right? But I thought it was...
She drinks. She tries to hide it. Don't let her fool you.
But you know what I mean.
Mary, you don't drink.
But she actually sat down and played, and she was drinking water, right? And then we had Chris, who we didn't want drinking. So the King's Cup, you guys decided that I had to drink if Chris or Mary lost.
And basically, the
I
King's
had
Cup
to
consisted of a mix of Coors Light, vodka, like something mix.
Yeah.
But ice cubes made it better, right?
Oh,
it was full of ice
awesome.
cubes.
It was awesome.
Knocker
but
basically took down the King's Cup in one full chug. It was
Look,
fantastic.
Mom
See the props to it.
lightened up. Mary participated. It was a great freaking afternoon.
good
It was for
times.
Matt's birthday. Your
Yeah.
older brother was born on Halloween.
How do you play King's Cup? I've never played.
We'll get into it some other later when we have a little more time. But it's
Yeah.
a card game, a drinking game
With the big cup in
It's
the middle.
absolutely effing freaking hilarious.
Nice.
That's great.
It is the
Let's
best.
see, Renee.
card-
Sounds like fun.
Renee,
I'd love to
Yeah, it
play.
is the
There's
best
one-
drinking game
there-
I've ever seen.
There's one card where you pull each card basically you pull out and you have to do a different something. Okay, can you do this? Look at me. Can you do this with your eyes? Yes. You can do it. Knocker cannot do this. For people that know what I'm doing on camera, you have to watch this. Knocker's physically
do it.
unable to do that. See, Johnny
Right.
can do it. Knocker can't do it. So he would lose 8. Yeah, he would lose. Basically, guys, it's flipping your wrist upside down to give yourself like a Batman eyes.
Okay.
And Knocker can't do it. And that's one of the rules. Like, if you draw the 8, you have to do that. It's the last person that doesn't. He has to drink. Knocker's just like, no, can't do the whole time.
I wasn't playing, but
Okay.
there's cards where it's categories, and you go around the table. Okay, the category is cereals, and everybody has to name a cereal, and the first one that doesn't or repeats one has to drink.
It's a
And
good
then
game.
there's
Fun game.
another card where you pull where you get to make up a rule, and the one rule is you can't say the word "you." Right? Well, try saying any type of sentence when you're playing with a bunch of people
without saying
without
you.
saying the word "you."
You
It's
get
almost
pretty
freaking
drunk pretty
impossible.
fast,
So
basically.
you have to take a sip if you do that. Another rule, you can't touch your face. So if Johnny touches his face, I go, hey, Johnny, you didn't touch your face. Now I got to drink, too. Johnny has to drink, and I go.
Yeah.
It just goes round and round. It's just unbelievably hilarious,
Yeah.
man. It really is. It's really
Yeah.
fast-moving, really
I
fun.
puked that night, just so you know.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did.
believe
Went up.
so. You
Yeah.
were hammered.
I was hammered, man. All right, Renee, what'd you do over the weekend, buddy? Halloween weekend. It was the Halloween weekend.
Something like
Everyone
that.
put it on Twitter.
Halloween weekend, I actually had a very, very busy weekend.
Did you? What'd you do? A lot of this?
Like Knocker was. I did do a lot of that.
Okay.
But Knocker was saying, over the weekend, took a big plunge, moved my girl Sherry in with me.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Did that over the weekend. Still
Oh
doing it,
my
actually. It's a lot, man.
Everybody hurt.
No, she's a great girl, man. She's the one that I definitely was on to live with.
She is a great girl.
She is
but-
a good girl.
But
He's
here's
down.
the thing: is have you
Love her
ever
to
lived
death.
with a girl before?
Yes.
Yeah.
My ex-girlfriend, yeah.
No,
Oh,
besides
okay.
your mom.
All right. So you're used to, you're
I
used
wasn't
to
in a good-
everything that comes with that.
Yes, I do.
All right, you're
As
you're
Ma-
all
as
right.
Mark-
my
You're
first
all right.
rodeo.
Yeah,
Well,
it's not your first rodeo.
As Mark
You're
Long
good.
would say about your move.
What an idiot.
Serious. Moving in. No,
Moving
she's a
on
good
up.
girl. We love her. I love her very much. I hope
Yeah,
everything goes
absolutely.
good. That's cool.
Yeah,
That's
she's
a
the
big step
best.
for you, though. That's a big step.
I think
Try to
that's
the week's
awesome.
going up.
I think that's
So,
awesome.
but yeah, man,
Absolutely.
it's taking that leap of faith, dude.
Yeah.
At least you didn't get her pregnant first, like some people in this.
Sam
True.
Toker
Yeah.
chimes in.
Wow. Wow.
Hey, Toker chimes in.
Well, I mean, there's two different ways you want to move in with a girl. Yeah, that's
saying.
not one of them.
For
I
sure.
don't know.
Just saying,
Yeah,
man.
just saying.
No,
Okay.
but man, if there's any person on earth that
No, good. I'm happy
love
for
You
you.
don't have
Renee.
anything
Renee, I'm
to
happy
prove
for
to
you.
us. She must be listening
Yeah.
right now.
I know,
right?
really. Yeah. She's
Just in case. You
Listen,
don't have
honey.
to. You
Listen,
don't have to
listen,
prove
honey.
it to us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen this week. Well, Toker
Hi,
chimes in.
Sherry.
Do not try King's Cup with margaritas.
Oh.
That's probably a really bad ending.
Or Jaeger. Would not recommend
Ooh.
mixing Jaeger with any kind.
I don't recommend drinking Jaeger. Period.
Seriously, those who haven't played King's Cup, it's one of them I played in high school. It's our game we did. It's fantastic. So, Johnny, what'd you do over the weekend, man? You were in Texas.
Yeah, I went to San Antonio.
You've had a hard day today, I know.
I just carved pumpkins on Friday night. My brother-in-law moved into this like new construction, so like the place wasn't even done. So we knew we weren't getting any trick or treaters or anything. Nobody was around. He was the only one living in the entire fucking
Complex?
40 complex apartment building.
That's awesome.
So yeah, did that and then came back on Monday.
So I'm just had a good trip overall in
Yeah.
Texas.
Yeah,
All
it
right.
was all right.
Over the weekend, I went with my daughter. I was trick or treating. I've had the most trick or treat. We only had maybe 6 in my old place because I had a really long driveway, so my house was
Yeah.
far back. So kids were like, "Fuck
Yours would
that.
have been a haunted
I'm not
house,
walking
man.
up that driveway. You kidding me?
Yeah.
I might
Like
not come
no
back.
lights on. Yeah, I had literally over 150 trick or treaters.
I bet.
I gave
you're
out
in
over
that area.
3.5 bags. We had cars all the way. Like I live in one of those older downtown areas, so like they do a whole festival. It was nuts.
Awesome.
It was nuts, but it was awesome, dude. I was getting so hammered. Had music blasting. I had the screen open doors. I had kids going, "What do you guys want? Just pick your hands." And I had like 5 big bags of cans. The cool guy.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I was the cool guy. I enjoyed it. I just sat
Sounds
out
like
there,
fun,
and
actually.
we got some cool neighbors, so we just hang out and drink in the front yard.
That's
They had
awesome.
the fire pit going, so it was fantastic.
Yeah, we had
Nice.
had
That was good.
nobody in Matt, where Matt lives. Right?
Yeah.
Just kids everywhere.
I know. Matt called me. He's like, "Dude,
There's kids everywhere.
yeah." He's like, "My God."
But I was loving it. Your niece,
Yes.
right? She's driving around the sidewalks.
Oh, this is awesome. Yeah.
In her power,
My brother took his 2 kids. They power wheeled it
Yeah.
around, basically
Oh,
trick or
nice.
treated power wheels.
She's driving
awesome.
around the neighborhood in the power wheels.
Very cool.
Picking up her
Smart
candy,
idea.
man.
Yeah, just like going trick or treating, bitches. Knowing my brother's probably blasting that music too
Oh, we
while
went
they're
over
in the
there-
cars.
We went over there for about an hour and a half. Devin was over there. And
Oh, that
we
must have
kicked
been a
it right
party.
there. But
Oh,
Matt-
Dyson Motors over there? Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it was cool. It was a good time.
Cool. So if you guys want any Halloween stories, you guys can call the show again, 818-435-8423. But let's move on. Here we go and get some NFL over the weekend. A big weekend in the NFL. A lot of upsets.
Injuries,
A
yeah.
lot of injuries, quarterback situations, and hey, how about them Pittsburgh Steelers, baby? Ben Roethlisberger putting up historic numbers. Johnny's been sporting the Roethlisberger since that comeback on against
Yeah.
the Texans, and it's been hard ever
They're still containing the Roethlisberger. And if you guys don't start hashtagging it with an
Seriously?
E in that, it's R-O-E. R-O-E. Bud, this is specifically towards you.
R-O-E-T-H?
R-O-E-T-H.
All right. Roethlisberger.
There's an I in there.
Roeth.
You told me I forgot the I when I spelled it on
Roethlisberger.
Twitter.
If you don't go back and watch
Forget
what
the I?
Johnny
Yeah.
just
The
did
E.
with his
was it, E?
fist
Is that what it was?
in his pants,
He went Power Rangers in his pants right there.
this
dude.
is radio worth just for Johnny putting his fist fully erect in his pants. Looks like the alien coming out of the chest, but it's in his pants.
the Roethlisberger.
The Roethlisberger in full effect, though. So
Hey, but you got to give it up to him, man. You got to give it up to Big Ben because Big Ben is one tough mofo.
He is, dude.
Because he got his ass hammered. The first quarter and a half of that game, he was under duress, under siege, if you will. 3 sacks on consecutive plays, and they were drilling him. And I believe Harbaugh and the Baltimore Ravens were out to put him out of the game. That was their intent, was to put him out of the game. Penalty, no penalty, late hit, I don't care. They were out to get him, and he stood his ground, spit blood, and then just fucking rocked their ass,
He's
man.
the
It was fun to watch.
man.
Yeah.
That was old
He's
school
the
football
man.
right
well,
there.
we're gonna talk about that and more.
Wait, I
coming
just
right
want to
back.
ask you a quick question.
Yeah,
real
go
quick.
ahead. No, go ahead.
Do you? I mean, because you see a lot of these quarterbacks getting hurt these days, and they're just, they're completely done. Whether they're done for the season or their entire careers,
Right.
they're done. Do you think the pussification of quarterbacks over the few years, maybe the last 20, 30 years, they've gotten a lot more pussified? I mean, because to be a good quarterback, you have to take these hard hits.
I think it's
And they were
pussified.
taking it back then, but now they're always looking for the flag to be thrown here and there. It's like, oh, he laid me out maybe a second, 2 seconds after he released the ball.
I think
and
it's
these guys
two
are getting
things.
Flags.
I got 2 things. I think it's 2 things. First of all, it's the league doing it because the society we live in, and now with the concussion stuff coming out, they have to throw those flags. It's not like it's the quarterbacks want those flags to be thrown. I'm sure they do, but it's more of the refs are forced to do it. Second of all, I think that the game, if you look at who is good, who is still good in the NFL, we learned a lot in the last 2 weeks. Who's still good?
Sure.
Drew Brees, right? He's still good.
Still.
Tom Brady,
Tom
He's there.
Brady.
Tom
still
Brady,
good.
still
Ben
there.
Roethlisberger, still good.
there.
Peyton Manning, still
there.
really good. All these guys are pocket passers.
Yes.
All these little guys that can
Andrew
run
Luck.
around. Andrew Luck.
Still there.
All these guys that can run around, these Kaepernick, Russell Wilson, I know even won a Super Bowl, starting
Aaron
to run
Rodgers.
around. Aaron Rodgers, another big one right there. You see these quarterbacks like Nick Foles. These guys are built, they can move around, but you know what? They can only take so many hits.
Okay, I'm gonna
These
go-
guys are in the pocket, are tough guys. I just think it's the way that, hey, we can get a quarterback to come in and win maybe 10 or 11 games for us. When it comes down, he's not going to win the big one.
Okay, I'm going combination here. I'm going to go with two things, too. I think you're right with the quarterbacks that leave the pocket and expose themselves to more hits. But the league has turned from a quarterback throwing 25, maybe 30 passes a game to throwing 45 to 50 passes a game.
Yeah, it's a
There's
passing
just
league.
more opportunity for them to get blasted. I mean, they're throwing the ball 50 times. That's twice as much as they used to. So, yeah, they're going to
that's a
get
good point.
hurt. Even
There
if
you
they're
go.
standing in the
Okay.
pocket,
No.
they're taking twice as many hits, and
Yeah.
eventually one of those is going to take you out of the game.
That's a very
So-
good point. If
so
you look
you're
at
doubling your
at
chances.
if you look at the play calling, probably between now and 25 years ago, the run to pass ratio,
Yeah, 25 passes was a lot of
it's
passes.
probably 70-30 now.
Yeah, and now 25 completions is a bad game.
Right. I mean,
You know?
Ben's throwing 40-something passes
what
a game.
That's, what
That's
I'm saying.
insane.
So that's
Yeah.
47 times that
Yeah.
he's exposed, and your offensive line at some point is going to miss a blitz.
Yep.
You know,
As
whatever.
we've seen, you saw him over. He got blasted. He was moving his neck like his jaw got messed
Yeah.
up.
Oh, he
this
got
past
hammered.
game.
Yeah.
He got hammered, but
not
you know
even
what?
a flag on the play.
Hey, but Big Ben,
Not even a flag. He got
Big
hammered
Ben,
in the
man,
jaw.
he's gonna get, I'm sure, a shot of the week from Johnny,
Sure,
but he
hats off,
deserves it
man.
big time. But let's get into our NFL here. A lot of news and notes coming up. Big week in the NFL. Some upsets. Hey, how about them St. Louis Rams, right, Knocker? Huh? Hey, about them Rams?
That's right. And Kaepernick cry all the way home, dude. It was a fumble, didn't get overturned. You screwed up. You never should have been in that position.
Yep.
If you're a Super Bowl contender, you do not end up in that position to where you're right there to lose the game.
I agree.
And you did lose. And kudos to the Rams, man. They haven't quit. This is all about Jeff Fisher and how he coaches and how his teams play for him. The Rams are not as talented as the teams they're beating and or coming close to beating. And hats off to them.
I
Great
agree.
weekend for them.
Renee, think you're on top of it today. Did you?
Yeah, man, I saw that video. I was like, oh, there it is. And
Oh
I just
my
fucking pushed
God,
it. And then,
Renee.
trying to be on top of things. The
Yeah,
Mexicans
this
back.
weedy.
Seriously, the Mexican's back. See, everything works correctly. My God.
A lot of people on Twitter were like,
Hats
hey,
off
last
to
week.
the Rams.
Yeah.
Hats off to
Renee
the Rams.
appreciated the Twitter love from all you guys out there.
Yeah.
Last
Love from the
week.
Twitter.
Sure.
Make sure you guys check us out again on Twitter, Sportscast_THN, Knockers on it. But as we were talking about, Renee just threw up the last play. You guys can watch all our highlights live on our video stream right now, and we'll put out the YouTube video tomorrow. But Knocker, Kaepernick fumbling, going into the end zone was questionable. They reviewed it. Big play in the game. This kid can put up some numbers. Some people would say he's the hardest quarterback to prepare for. I don't know. I'm kind of losing my confidence in this kid. I think he's digressing rather than he's regressing rather than,
Progressing.
Progressing, yes.
Yeah, I agree. He's not evolving the way that you would have thought 2 years ago. You would have thought by now he would have been in the elite of the quarterbacks. In my opinion, he's just an also-ran quarterback right now. He's not getting his done.
These guys, they can't learn. If these quarterbacks like Cam Newton, like Kaepernick, they look at their one receiver, their one guy, they don't ever check down. It's like, oh, my number one guy's not here, I better run. You got Manning will sit there. He'll pass his number 3 option, so will Brady half the time.
Well, like you said, they're not pocket passers.
Right.
And you go through the Super Bowl champions, Russell Wilson's, he's kind of in between. He doesn't really run unless he has to.
Is this the
because
downfall of
his
the Niners,
size.
though? We've already talked Harbaugh out maybe at the end of the season.
I think
we've
they're done.
seen the arrests in the offseason. Some of the players, that front office in disarray kind of right now
Yeah.
with different opinions.
I think so. I think wholesale changes are coming.
We
in
could
this
see something big
offseason.
happening for
Yeah.
the Niners
if
coming
they
up.
don't make the playoffs.
Right.
Definitely for sure.
Agreed.
Absolutely. Too much talent for what's going on over there.
Next up here, big news. Nick Foles suffering a broken collarbone over the
whose
weekend.
fantasy team is he on?
Right there. Renee, again, thank you for throwing up the videos.
Proto, the Rams can blow me. Okay.
Okay, then. See how he feels.
Well.
I like that, Proto. For
Concise
Nick
to the
Foles
point.
going down, he's been
Yeah.
fragile in the past, had a big year last year. This year, been okay. Just been okay. Mark Sanchez, though, in preseason was, many have thought maybe had the better preseason, but you got to give the job to Nick Foles after the season he had.
Yeah, but a lot of people, a lot of experts, it was kind of 50-50, but there were people before the season saying Mark Sanchez was a steal for the Philadelphia Eagles to get
like
him
Mark
for
Sanchez.
next to nothing was a steal.
Yep.
That if he gets a chance to play, he might be able to, there's still something left in the tank right there. And it's good for him. Kudos to him for sitting there, not whining. I mean, this whole thing went on, and not once did he point the
He got the
finger.
raw deal at New York,
no,
man.
I don't think if he got the raw
Yeah,
deal.
he did.
it is what
Give
it
me
is.
some pieces around me in New
I
York.
understand
You
that,
know,
but he never cried. He never
I agree.
whined, and he took it like a man.
he's an athletic
and-
quarterback, man.
and,
The guy can ball. The guy can ball. We saw what he's done at USC. We saw what he did his first couple years with the Jets. I think right now we're going to ask Lawrence later. This guy's going to be a top 12, top 10 quarterback from here on out just because that offense, like Chip Kelly said, he's not letting anyone off, man. Mark Sanchez is going to come in there and run this offense just the way Nick Foles did. And I have just as much confidence in Mark Sanchez, I can't believe I'm saying that, as I do Nick Foles.
Well, he knows who Mark Sanchez is because he coached against him.
So
He
many
knows-
weapons
he
on that
knows-
team. How can he
knows the
fail?
Talent. I just think it's good. I really
I do. I'm
think
happy
it's-
for
I
the
think
kid.
It's a feel-good story for the league and for Johnny Ice, knowing that his affection for Mr. Sanchez.
Been saying it for years, right?
You
Yeah,
like Mark
exactly.
Sanchez, man. He's a good quarterback, right?
And I
We've
think
heard
it's
it for
great.
years on this show.
I like Mark
Weekly
Sanchez.
on this show.
But again, Nick Foles didn't go down running.
Live.
He just got buried beneath a 300-pound lineman.
He went
and-
down
and-
like who? Like an RG3, like these guys that aren't built to take a hit, like a Roethlisberger, an Andrew Luck. These guys could take some hits.
Well, Roethlisberger never really gets crushed like that. I mean,
What do you mean? He was in like a terrible motorcycle accident with no helmet on. This guy bounced back from everything. He's Super Ben.
Super Ben.
Oh my God.
Let's talk
Forget
about
it.
another quarterback.
Whatever.
Yeah, let's
But what do you
talk
think,
about
man?
another
What do you think? Eagles still give him the same chance with Mark Sanchez, Nick Foles? How do you think he does from here on out?
I think the Eagles are still the best team in the East.
Okay.
I think they're better than the Cowboys. The Cowboys have been exposed, and if Tony Romo does not make it back, the Cowboys are just not going to win that division.
Well, we'll talk about another quarterback change here. Coming from the Houston Texans, as we see Ryan Mallett's going to go ahead and replace Ryan Fitzpatrick, everyone's favorite, Johnny's favorite. Ryan
Yay.
Fitzpatrick is
2
out
weeks
as a
too
starting
late.
quarterback.
2 weeks too late.
They're only
Should've
two
done this
games
2
back
weeks
of the
ago.
Colts. They're only 2 games back right now of the Colts. They
There's no
still
way
got a
they'll catch
chance.
him. No.
Ryan Mallett, dude, what do you give this kid's chances here in the NFL?
I like him. He's got the size to play. What, he's 6'8", 6'7", 6'8"?
Yeah.
He's a big guy. He played very well at Arkansas. Unfortunately, he got drafted to the Patriots, and you're just not going to play if you're playing behind Tom Brady. Just not going
I
to get
still
a
think
chance.
the Houston Texans, they got so much talent. They never
They
have
need a quarterback.
Yeah, they just never have had a quarterback
if they
there
had a
to put it all
top-notch-
together.
Yeah, if they had a number one top-notch quarterback, they'd be a much better team. They'd be doing much better than they are right now. So I think it's a step up. Never was a Fitzpatrick fan.
Yeah.
Not going to be a Fitzpatrick fan. Go with the kid. Let's
agree.
see what happens, man. Let's see what happens.
I just think that if you're the Texans, I would have rode with Fitzpatrick here on the way out. I really would have. I don't think
You wouldn't have replaced him?
No, I don't think it's totally his fault. I don't think it's completely his
Dude,
fault
he's
here.
a journeyman quarterback. He's always been a journeyman quarterback.
And you're going to rely on Ryan Mallett right now? Really? A rookie?
Well,
really?
right now you're 2 games back, right? You're 2 games back. You're losing games you shouldn't lose. Just it's time. They've already gone through the shop thing. They're not going to go through riding a quarterback that's just
I didn't
not
give him much
getting it
chance
done.
in it, but yeah, maybe we'll see what the kid has to do. Well, right here, we got one of the best catches of the week in here.
The
We had-
Gronk?
We had the butt fumble. No, we have the butt catch.
Ah!
If it didn't get worse for the Jets, Jets, this is the epitome of what their season is here. If you didn't catch this video here, they played the Chiefs over the weekend.
This is Fasano, right?
Yeah, Fasano, right next to the goal line, is lying on the ground. The ball gets deflected, and it lands basically in his lap as he's laying on his butt. Goes in for the touchdown. Sums up the Jets' complete disarray of a season. We had the butt fumble. We got the butt catch.
Rex Ryan, for the first time since his rookie season, is below 500 as a head coach. Got to go.
Oh, he's done.
He's gotta
I thought
go.
he was going to catch the ball
I
with
personally,
his
this is
butt.
what I think. Where
Oh,
Rex,
hey,
Ryan,
that's
Rex,
what I was
Ryan's
hoping.
going, Rex Ryan's going to CBS or Fox or ESPN to do freaking TV. That's what he's going to do for a year or two.
Hey,
He's totally going to do that.
Michael Vick lasted a long time, didn't he?
Hey,
1 game?
yep.
Poor
It's just
guy,
bad
man.
for the Jets. I just feel bad.
He should have gone into the league as a
At
wide
least there's
receiver,
one
man.
team that's worse of a laughingstock than the Cowboys, and that's the goddamn Jets. That's right.
The Raiders are there.
God for the Jets, Raiders, and Jaguars, right?
Yeah, seriously, thank God for them. Speaking of the
You
Cowboys,
didn't include Bills in that one. Thank God for once.
speaking of the Cowboys, losers of 2 games in a row now.
Yes.
Tony Romo. Man, Brandon Whedon looked bad last game. He really looked bad. I thought he looked okay against the Redskins, but against Cardinals last week, looked bad. They're on their way to London this weekend to play the lowly Jags. Romo on the flight, hasn't practiced. They say he's possibly going to practice tomorrow on Thursday. Jerry Jones, they asked him, what is Romo going to start? He said, well, he wouldn't be on the plane if he wasn't.
Why are they asking him? He's not the effing coach.
Seriously.
Well, no.
Why
he's the,
are they even
No, but as
asking
Johnny's wife
him?
says, no, it's good that he's involved with the team so much. So good.
he's media coordinator now, so he
I
goes
guess
and he.
so.
Yeah, that's what he does as well. That's part of his title.
Did you hear he kicked his
Unbelievable.
wife out of first class to give Tony Romo the seat too? That story came out today too.
No, he did not.
Swear to God.
No, he did
He
not.
said, "Move, bitch, get out the way." Tony's sitting.
Did he blow him too?
I
Yeah,
he
they-
does.
Did he join the Mile High Club with
I bet
Romo?
you know what? I bet he did coke off his thing.
I bet he did.
Especially with those strippers I've seen. Jerry gets down now, man.
Jerry's got
Yeah.
Tony's got to have like naked pictures of Jerry. Or
Seriously,
something.
something.
He's got to have.
Yeah,
some
someone's got
blackmail.
some dirt on somebody, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely, man.
If you're Cowboys, though, realistically now, let's talk. You start Romo or not with the back injury.
God,
he,
no.
he can play. You should beat the Jags. I don't care who's your quarterback. You got a better team than the
If
Jaguars.
you cannot beat the Jaguars with Brandon Wheaton,
Right.
then you don't deserve to be in the playoffs.
I agree.
You give him 1 week off. You try and get through this 1 week, get this one win, and make a push the last 6 games of the season. If you go out there and he gets hurt, you're done. You're done. It's just stupid.
I agree. All right, last
Jerry,
up here in
I
our.
don't think I'm gonna be able to throw the ball, Jerry.
Jerry, I'm hurting.
Can you give me a popsicle?
A popsicle?
Jerry.
I just want to sit. I can't move. My back
Jerry,
hurts.
can I sit with you in
Jer.
your booth? I'm hurt.
Jerry.
Are you guys done? Are you guys done? Moving on real
That
quick
is
in news.
disgusting
We're gonna
what's
talk
going
about
on
this
there.
later on with Lawrence. Will be coming up in our fantasy pick'ems coming up. Adrian Peterson, man, could be reinstated. We'll see. Got off pretty easy with a $4,000 fine.
Yes. And a misdemeanor.
And a misdemeanor charge. So check out the story at thenewsportscast.com. So we'll see if he comes back in the near future. Lastly here, RG3, man. I thought they should have started Colt McCoy for the Redskins. RG3 looking like he's just, like I said, I've been preaching this for years, man. He's never going to be the same. Just, get over the RG3 factor.
Yeah. And unfortunately, it seems like they don't play for him. I think he's
Right, there's some
alienated-
disarray in the
yeah,
locker
he's
room between there.
alienated himself from the rest of the team. He separated himself with all this publicity and all this other stuff and the Shanahan deal, and he had to pick sides and blah, blah, blah. And I think the team really rallied around Colt McCoy.
Yeah.
And
I did too. He's against my boys, but again, I liked what I saw of the kid.
And why are you messing with momentum?
Right.
I never understand that. If the mojo's working, let it go.
It's an owner thing, man. Daniel Snyder came down there and said, you're starting
Probably
RG3
You're,
tonight.
you're probably right, but at least he doesn't get out there like Mr. Jones. You know.
All right, I'm going to
Mr. Gruding,
I got
can have a
2 questions.
popsicle? Fucking RG3.
Seriously,
My-
fucking
my
RG. You should get
ankle hurts.
shirts
My
now. Just
knee
say
hurts.
fucking RG3.
Hey Jason, can you ask Jerry if it's okay if I practice?
Well, I gotta give this. I gotta give this tweet up for Proto right now. Proto, continue your popsicles. He says Romo seems more like a fudgesicle kind of guy. Yeah, that's a good one. Well played. I gotta give him a big.
Great follow-up.
sir.
Great
Seriously, great follow. That was fantastic. The
He
fudgesicle for Romo.
That's
All right.
awesome.
Real quick, Knocker, before we get to your college segment coming up, right now, who is your best team in the NFC?
In the NFC?
Yes. I think I know where you're going
Wow.
to go with this.
Well,
Are you going to Arizona 7-1?
I think you have
Are they?
to.
Are they? Okay, now I'm going to ask you this question because I'm good you went there.
Because I don't think they're doing it
Okay.
with mirrors. I think
Playoff
they're doing-
scenario right now. Okay, Arizona, they're getting home field advantage. If it's the Packers on the road, are you taking Arizona
Yes.
in that game?
Yes.
You are.
Yes.
You feel comfortable about that pick.
Yes, I
Aaron
do.
Rodgers going in as a wild card in Arizona in that game. You're going to pick Arizona.
I think the Arizona defense will keep them in that game. And if Carson Palmer is healthy, this all depends on Carson Palmer.
You're going to take
Okay.
in the playoff game in the NFC right now,
Yes.
Arizona over anybody.
Yes.
That's a huge statement right now.
Well,
You believe that much in Arizona right now.
Arizona and the only
We've
team
seen it before,
The
Knocker.
the only team I think that could go into Arizona and win a playoff game right now is Seattle. I think they're just kind of got the hangover and they're
You
kind of
think
going
Seattle
through the
can do
motions.
it? I think Seattle's on the downfall right
Well,
now.
they're Super Bowl champions. You got it.
They are, but they also lost a lot of key players this year.
I understand, and it's taken a minute to gel and get over last year. But if they get
But
in
again,
the
Arizona's
playoffs-
still your best team. In
I
any playoff situation, you're taking Arizona over any team I throw at you, whether it's the
And-
Saints, whether it's the Lions, whether it's the Eagles, whether it's the Cowboys. You're taking Arizona.
And the reason I'm going to say that is they don't do it with gimmicks. They're not doing any of this with trick plays or hurry up offense or anything. They're playing basic sound
Playing well, man.
football. And if you're not doing trickeration, and if you're not trying to run 100 plays in a game, there's a lot less chance for you to fuck up.
So they're your NFC winner right now.
I think they're the most solid, basic team right now. And if they get home field advantage, they're going to be very, very tough to beat.
Same question to you on the AFC. Who's the best team? After that Broncos-New England game, you got a different picture?
I have to.
Did it change your mind? Did it change your mind that much?
Yeah.
It did.
I just
you flipped that much. Broncos no longer the best team in the NFC.
I think Brady's got the mojo over Peyton Manning. I don't think where they play in the playoffs, Brady's going to beat him. I really do. But
as it sits right now, I'm going to ask the same question. If they were to play, if Patriots play the Broncos again in a playoff scenario in New England, you're taking Patriots.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, Patriots against Colts.
Patriots.
Steelers against Colts. Steelers against Patriots.
Where?
Big Ben in New England. I'm saying you're saying New England's going to home field. Is New England? Can anyone go into New England? Do you see anybody going to New England and beating them in the playoffs right now?
No.
I can't see it either.
If Pittsburgh keeps rolling,
I think Pittsburgh. To me, I think Pittsburgh has a better chance than Denver.
I agree.
To go into New England and beat them.
I agree. I agree with you. And Johnny, the two dudes.
I'm on that Roethlisberger. I'm just all in the mouth right now.
It's all up in your face.
The two dudes, Bates. I think one guy's name is Bates, 41, right? And 25. The two new guys that stepped in as defensive backs for the Steelers, right?
Yeah.
Wearing the Mel Blount high sock towel in the back. Those two guys are studs, man. Those guys played a very, very good game against Baltimore. And if they develop and James Harrison and Kiesel get this defense to play the way that the Steelers play, I think, Josh, they have a very good chance of running the table and getting there.
I really do. As I love Denver, I love them at home. But I don't like Denver on the road, and I like the Steelers to at least, out of any team in the AFC, to go in and beat the Patriots.
Yeah, they're going to have a lot of fans there, so that'll help feel home field advantage.
The Steelers are a better road team than the Broncos.
I just like Big Ben in the cold, man. I just love him. Big Ben in the cold weather, you got to love it. All right, let's get into it. Big college weekend it's
huge.
Knockers, it's going crazy. We got the playoff ballot now out with the playoff situation.
Yes.
So let's get into Knockers college roundup here.
A lot of things shook out this weekend, Josh. A lot of things shook out this weekend. You had Florida State playing against Louisville. Louisville had them, and Louisville, those were the ugliest uniforms in the history of college football. I don't know who the hell sold you that. And coming in second was UCLA's uniforms that they wore against whoever they played this weekend. I'm not
Arizona.
sure. Against Arizona.
Fuck Arizona.
Florida State pulled one out of their ass again. They beat 42-31.
Right, Knocker, real quick. Fuck Arizona. Field goal kicker, you little bitch.
Arizona is the most inept
Sorry, Knocker, I had to get that
top
out.
10
You
football
both had
team
money
I
on
have
Arizona.
ever seen play a game.
+7, you can't make 2 field goals.
They literally dropped 12 passes between the numbers. They missed a field goal and had one blocked.
Yep.
Un-effing believable. UCLA scores 2 touchdowns in 50 seconds and you lose. Unbelievable. I've never seen anything like that at all. I was shocked at how bad Arizona played that game. You had TCU in an epic comeback, season saver.
Yep.
Come up and beat West Virginia 31-30. West
Huge
Virginia
game. I can't believe they had
game.
a 10-point lead with about 6 minutes left
West
in that
Virginia
game.
owned that game on their home field, and you got to put your hat off to TCU. The only game they've lost, they gave up 24 points in the fourth quarter to Baylor, or they would be undefeated, and we'd be talking really good shit about them. But we will after this weekend. They've got a big game this weekend. You had injuries this weekend.
What, man? The quarterback for Ole Miss. Oh.
Well,
at the goal line,
Laquan Treadway for Ole Miss in an epic game with Auburn.
Craziest ending.
Going in for the winning touchdown. His leg is actually in the end zone, but the ball is not. He gets pulled backwards, dislocated ankle, broken leg,
he doesn't even
fumbles
get the
ball,
touchdown, nothing.
and Auburn recovers the fumble. He's going to be out 4 to 6 weeks, but Ole Miss, their dream season has come to an end. They've lost 2 games now.
Yeah, it's over for Ole Miss right
Auburn
now.
moves up the ladder to number 3. Mississippi State, Arkansas, I'm telling you, they're the best 1-2-7 team in the history of college football. They have come close to beating everybody that they've played, and they just can't get it done.
Razorbacks.
The Razorbacks are building a program there, and in 2 years, they will probably be the best team in the SEC. Mark my words on that one. Kansas State getting no love.
No love at all. Well, let's go real quick. The committee came out with their top 25.
Right.
Top 4 teams will be in the playoff.
Yes,
as
they
it
will.
stands right now, we have Mississippi State number 1 at 8-0,
Right.
undefeated. Florida State at 8-0, undefeated. Those
Right.
are 2 undefeated teams. Auburn at number 3.
Right.
Your boy Oregon, you finally got that Pac-12 love in there. Number 4 Oregon with a huge win over Stanford.
Yes.
And back it up real quick. Number 5 Alabama, number 6 TCU, number 7 Kansas State, and number 8 Michigan State.
And guess who plays this weekend?
Big game.
You get Kansas State going to TCU.
Huge game for both these teams.
Enormous game.
Make or break, obviously, for either one of these teams.
What sucks to me is the media is playing up this Alabama LSU game.
Mm-hmm.
This game doesn't mean shit for LSU. Even if they win, they're not getting in. They're going nowhere.
No, it means more for Alabama.
This game only means something to Alabama.
When you got two teams that got something on the line, that's a better game.
Even better game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Well, the big game to me is that TCU Kansas State.
Yep.
Enormous game. Next game on the bill.
You going to ASU?
No. Yes, I'm going Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Goes into the desert.
Huge. Number 9,
into
number 10.
Tempe.
Yep.
To play Arizona State. If Notre Dame loses this game, they're out of the mix. If they win this game, it throws the Pac-12 South into total disarray. I mean, USC's still in this. UCLA is still in this.
Yeah, I love it, man. There's a lot of teams open for it right now.
Oregon finally getting some run. Oregon is
Man,
going.
Mariota, I think you have to say he's the best quarterback in college football.
I think so. I think
Kid's
so.
sick, man.
They finally got the Stanford monkey off their back. They put a beating.
I don't
on
think it's
them,
going to
45
translate to the
16.
NFL, but as a college quarterback, this kid's sick.
Absolutely. He does everything you need to do. Oregon is a well-balanced football team. You know, before they were all offense, no defense. I think they're very well-balanced right now. They go to play a very good Utah team.
Good defense, yeah.
Very good Utah team. They
Oregon
lost,
on the road is always different.
They lost their wide receiver for the rest of the season. That's going to be a very good game. And now, what you had, Ohio State, a one-loss Ohio State, going into East Lansing to play the Michigan State Spartans, who are still at number 8.
Love. Spartans getting no love.
They've been number 8. Everybody's moving around.
They should have beat Oregon. Let's just say, okay, they should have won that game.
Well, they could have won that game.
Okay, they could have
Not
won
gonna
that
say
game.
They should have, but they could have.
But Michigan State, Spartans get no love.
They do not get love.
And for good reason.
And
that conference is shit, guys. I'm sorry to say, Penn State, Michigan. Sorry, guys. It's shit house league.
this
Shit house
game,
division.
this game right here, okay, is the biggest proponent to an 8-team NCAA playoff. Because right now, Michigan State, if they run the table, win the
Let me
Big
give you a
Ten,
couple more minutes, Knocker.
they're not going to get in, right? And that's a travesty. Kansas State, if they win the Big 12, they're not going to get in because they're not the prestigious leagues, right? If Notre Dame wins,
You know how I love my Kansas State, though. I'm on that
Yeah.
train with you. I love their quarterback.
Yeah, I told you.
I know.
If Notre Dame wins out, Notre Dame's going to get in. A one-loss Notre Dame is going to get in, which kicks out the Big 12 champion and the Big 10 champion. So I think they're going to go to an 18 playoff where the five,
they're eventually going to, yeah.
where the 5 major conferences
Automatic
champions
bid, and you got 3
get
wild
in.
cards. Yeah,
and
you
then
got
you
3
get
wild
the 3
cards.
wild
Yeah.
cards, which gives a Marshall or a Fresno State if they win, or a Boise State, gives them a shot.
You know who is fake to me right now as far as the top teams? Florida State's not impressing me at all.
They're not in.
Jameis Winston is for coming up in the clutch because he's man. Whatever you
Right.
say about this kid, man, the guy's got ice in his blood when it comes clutch time. But they're just not impressing me.
They're not impressive in the way they handle the first 3 quarters, but they're very impressive with their backs to the wall.
I only think you can do that so many times, though, Knock, before you get burned.
I agree with you, but they're playing in that chicken shit league, the ACC. Right? You put them in the SEC, they probably have 3 losses by now.
Yep.
I think you put them in the Pac-12.
That's what I'm saying. I just think that it's a little skewed. That 8-0.
Yes.
We're gonna see though. They got a big couple games coming up here in this month.
And we'll see. And if they win out, hats off to them.
For me,
But
Auburn's
I don't
best
thi- I
team
don't
right
think
now.
that's gonna
Auburn's
happen.
best team right now for me in college football.
I don't know, man. Until
Or the
this-
Ducks. I think the 3 and 4 teams are better than the 1 and 2 teams, personally, than the undefeated teams. That's all I'm saying.
I'm still not. I still think Mississippi State is a very, very good team.
I can't buy in for some reason. I don't know what it is, Knocker. I just can't buy into it.
I'm buying in with their defense. They're big and they're fast. They're an
True.
SEC smut. They have an Alabama type defense. When
Yep.
Alabama was running the table, they have an Alabama type defense. So you're going to get a lot of that.
What are our games coming up this weekend? What do you got to look forward to?
Well, this weekend, like I said, KSU is at TCU.
Who you like in that
Right.
one?
I'm going to go with the Horned Frogs at home.
Okay.
If it was on the road, if it was in Kansas State, I would go with Kansas State.
Okay, who you got in the Notre
You got-
Dame ASU? Come on, Knocker.
Do you,
Who
know how
you
many,
got?
do you know how many times the Sun Devils had burned my
Yeah,
ass?
but they're at home, though. They're at home. Makes it a little different for you.
I think they're a solid team.
They
got
never
two
show up
good-
in these games. They never show up in these big
Exactly,
games.
but I think they're a little bit different. I think that overtime win with Utah where they could have folded,
Yeah.
the win against SC, I think they've built something that they haven't had in the last couple of years. I'm going to go with them in a 2-point win. I think Arizona State's going to squeaker this one out. Texas A&M is going to Auburn. Auburn is going to beat the shit out of them.
Okay.
And like I said, Ohio State's going to Michigan State. Ohio State's been putting up some big numbers in the last weekend. I think Michigan State's going to win this game. Oregon's going to go into Utah and I think beat them by 10 points.
Awesome. All right, Knocker. You like the extra time there? Yeah, that was a good call. Yeah. I
I
like
love it.
that.
I
That
love
was
it.
just good information.
Hey, there's a lot going on. It's getting
Seriously.
down to the nitty-gritty.
Great. I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
This season in both NFL and college has been just crazy.
Yeah.
From Knocker, your college information.
Thank you so much.
The more you know.
All right, let's get to break here. Let's get our drinks refilled. You guys refill your drinks again. We're brought to you by Fireman's Brew, official beer sponsor of the show. So, again,
Hell
grab one
yeah.
of them at your local stores today. Check them out, firemansbrew.com, where you can find their location next to you where they sell their refreshing alcohol. Also, they got soda out there, too, so check them out as well. When we get back after this, we got Lawrence Brooks at LB Said on the line. We're going to be covering Week 10 in the NFL. We'll give you our winners. If you've got some winners, call us. 818-435-8423. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to the Sportscast NFL Game Day Show.
I like that. I like that. I don't know what that is, but
Just
I
getting you
like
pumped up right here on a Hump Day. Hump Day. Guys can get and watch us on live right now at thenewsportscrew.com. I want to thank all of our fans, our sponsors out there. Renee's getting down. He's back. He's happy to be back in the producer chair. Back in it. If you guys want to call the show, 818-435-8423. I got a big last hour here coming up on the show. Again, we'll get to our Week 10 winners in the NFL. Lawrence will be on the phone with us in just a second. Get your Shot and Shit of the Week award. Big shout out to juicewhip.com. Make sure you guys check them out today for your Aguas Frescas needs. The #1 distributor and producer of horchata in America.
Absolutely.
We're blowing up this year. We had a good year this year.
Good.
Now that I'm in accounting, I can actually see like the money that's coming in. Like, pops, I need a
raise.
raise. Yeah. Like, hey,
Quit buying shit for my daughter.
Do your Mexican employees pronounce it a juicy whip?
The Aguas
Do you want some, a
Frescas.
juicy whip with my
Aguas
pina
Frescas.
colada and my
Yeah.
agua frescas?
Where did you work? Oh, I work at the Juicy Whip.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? I work at the Juicy Whip.
Yep. And so check them out, juicewhip.com. If you guys see us, we're at all the Apoyo Locals, your local taquerias. Anywhere basically you drink horchata, Jamaica, Orange Whip.
Good shit.
It seriously is good. We're blowing up this year, so
Yeah.
it's fantastic. Juicewhip.com, they're a big sponsor, so just let them know you appreciate everything they do for the show. Also, check out Islands Restaurants. Knocker, I know that we had a couple fans tweet out that they were there, had a good time. Taryn, I appreciate it. I know you're watching as well with your wine. And Islands Restaurants, guys, they treat us well, so treat them well.
Big time.
They have a
Good
great
food.
happy hour, good food. They have
Good drink.
opened a lot of TVs. It's a great place to go get together,
Already
watch
used
a
up
game.
my gift cards there.
Did you?
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
They were
place is the
fantastic.
bomb,
Both
man.
of them.
Yeah, I didn't even know they gave everyone $50 gift cards when they left, and it was wrapped inside the towels. I was tweeting everybody. And,
It was awesome.
Texting,
Don't throw it away.
It's like, guys, don't wash the towels yet or anything. There's like $50 gift card in there.
Yeah, that was awesome. And the service.
Yeah.
I'm a service guy.
Yeah, they kicked
I
ass.
can deal with mediocre food if the service is fantastic,
Mhm.
but Islands was both.
Yeah,
The
Islands was
burgers,
fantastic.
The food was fantastic, but they were right on top of
Yep.
it, man. The service was fantastic.
I
So
agree.
If you're wondering where to go watch the game, blah blah blah.
Yeah, Islands.
That's the
I can't
place
wait
to
to get
go.
back and do that again. That was a great time.
Yep.
So, all right, let's get into Renee's favorite segment here.
Oh, the Mexican Minute's back?
Yep. The Mexican Minute is back, my man.
It never left.
Turn your music on. Lead into it, my Mexican Minute, man. You have your music ready?
I do got it ready.
Go ahead.
All right,
Bring
here we
it
go.
on.
What do you mean the Giants won? Mexican minute
so
over.
I wasn't.
Mexican second.
Yeah, last week I was not here. The Giants won the World
Yeah.
Series.
Game
How do you,
7,
how do you
it's
feel
over.
about that?
Man, dude, a Halloween team won a week of Halloween. I hate the Giants. I could care less. They can lick my nuts.
Hey, is Madison Bumgarner, is he better than Clayton Kershaw?
Gotta give him credit.
Ah, man.
Come
He
on,
might
Renee,
win.
I know you're a
Because of that
baseball guy.
postseason- Because of that postseason, he'll probably win the MVP for the National League.
But right now, if you're going to draft a team, are you taking Kershaw or Bumgarner?
I'll take Kershaw.
Hey, don't they vote?
All he
these-
was doing was throwing high fastballs.
Renee.
That was it.
So, well,
Renee.
no one was
Yes,
hitting him.
yes.
Renee, don't they vote the MVP before the playoffs?
No, I think it's after.
Yeah,
the
all the
playoffs.
awards come out after. All the
Okay.
Gold Gloves just came out. So.
Well, I know they present them after.
Yes,
but
yes.
They
So the
voted
finalists
on
for
before
the MVP
playoffs.
awards.
Yeah, give it to us.
National League: Clayton Kershaw, Giancarlo Stanton, and Andrew McCutchen. Who do you guys got?
I got Kershaw just because we're doing regular season, man. He's MVP. The guy's sick during the regular season.
You
Can't
have
get done in the playoffs. You have to.
The Dodgers do not get to the playoffs without
no,
Clayton
yep.
Kershaw.
And
20
Trout's getting it hand down on the AL
Yeah,
side.
so it's him,
Yeah.
Mike Trout, Victor Martinez, and
Yeah,
Michael
Trout's
Brantley
getting it,
are
definitely.
the representatives.
Well, we got
Anyways,
a
so
big
we all know
coaching
that.
change, right?
Yep, big coaching change. There is Joe Madden, who is going to be now the manager of the Cubs. They're still going to suck.
Love this guy.
And,
I love him. Show the you have the picture of him, Renee. Do you have a
Yeah,
picture of him?
yeah, he's up here
At his
somewhere.
press conference, Renee.
Just like that.
Renee, what do you do at his press conference? It's fantastic.
Didn't he
I mean-
offer like people drinks or something like
Yeah,
that?
he went
I
to
didn't
a
see
bar.
it. Yeah,
Yeah, he said, I'll
Went to a
buy
bar.
all you guys shots, and
Oh,
I have the
let's
video
do
of
it.
Beer and a
Yeah.
shot.
I would have
About
taken him up on
everybody.
that too. So
They all did.
Renee, are you a Joe Madden fan?
You know what? I am, but I just, the Cubs.
It's
I
the
think
Cubs, right? It's the Cubs.
The manager
It's
does
like
not
going to the
matter. The
Browns.
manager
Yeah.
does not play the game. Yes, he
doesn't.
makes the decisions,
Yeah.
but if the Cubs don't go out there and
Yeah.
get those players that they need
Exactly.
to succeed,
I agree.
Joe Madden's not going to get them very far. There's been lots of managers in Major League Baseball that are in the Hall of Fame that have managed some shitty teams.
Yep, I agree.
So, anyways, and then also Paul Molitor of the Minnesota
Yes.
Twins
Oh, yeah, good
is
one.
now the manager of that team. He
Yep.
was,
Boy,
he was
could he
awesome
hit.
when I was growing up.
Man,
Yeah,
could
he was
he
a
hit.
great player.
Wow.
All right,
And then we have some retirements.
Okay,
the
go through 'em.
Uke,
Go
the
for 'em.
Uke, the Uke. Kevin
Oh,
Youkilis.
is he retiring?
He retiring
Yeah.
this year.
Oh, poor guy. I like that guy. I don't like the Red Sox, but that guy's a gamer.
And
Yes.
Alfonso Soriano after a 16-year career.
Yeah, it's about
with,
time. It's about
Lost
time.
the passion. He just said,
yeah.
I lost the passion.
Yeah, he just shit the bed after a couple years. But
The guy was good for a few
anyways, Anyways, that is the Mexican Minute for
All
this week.
right, Renee.
Back on it, man.
Glad to have you back in here, man. The
Thank
show's
you.
running well. Not any interruptions. Johnny can get back to looking at porn and having a Roethlis boner in his corner over here.
I kept getting like these random tweets from people like, "Where's Renee? He's not here.
Yeah.
What's going on with the show?"
Renee, I'm telling you, he hasn't done it in a while. It's
We
like
need the Mexican
Whatever.
Minute back.
There is a thing called Little Rusty.
yeah, it's the same. He looks
Little
so rusty. He's like,
rusty.
dude, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I haven't done this in a while. I'm used to just getting
Yeah.
stoned and drunk
No,
in the
I
corner.
can feel his
Effort
pain
in
though.
it.
I've been that way. dude.
Renee
Just
changed
like,
everything. I can't find anything.
You are one
He just laid it all on you. He threw you under the bus, bro.
It's week 10. Going into week 10.
Going to
I
week
haven't done
10.
it for 10 weeks. That's a long time.
It's a long time.
All right, let's get to
I
Shot and
haven't done
Shit
it for
of the
3
Week
months.
award
Oh,
brought
are we
to you
still
by.
talking? Are we still talking the show?
Yeah, we're still talking.
Yes.
For a little bit.
Oh, jeez.
If you want to, hey, you could do that. Shot and Shit of the Week award brought to you by PWSide Construction. Check them out today at pwconstructioninc.com. They are the official sponsor of the Shot and Shit of the Week award. A huge segment here on the show.
Mm-hmm.
We love it. So again, send yours in weekly at sportscast_THN on Twitter. Knocker. Let's roll it through these kind of quickly here so we can get to pick'ems.
Okay, I'm
And
gonna go-
we
I'm-
should have Lawrence calling in here any minute.
I'm going to really
Down the
quick
line.
here.
Oh, yes, Lawrence on line with us? Okay.
Following the Mexican Minute, Crispy Wright chimes in. Giants, yes, yes, yes. But he also says, as a Giants fan, I give the MVP to Kershaw.
Okay. Oh,
So-
I
so
like
that's
that,
being
man. A little
honest.
honesty out of
Right.
Crispy Rice. You got to like that, Renee, right?
Yeah, for sure. You get a ding.
I
Yeah.
like that. He gets a ding.
And Pepe chimes in. The staff at Island Burgers in Riverside was so great to us, especially my son this past weekend. Stellar service. So,
Nice.
there you go.
Thank
Island's
you, fans.
Burgers.
Awesome.
Okay, my shot of the week is going to go to the Oregon Ducks.
Okay.
Finally getting Stanford off their back. Stanford has ruined their season 3 times in the last 4 years.
Yep.
Giving them their first loss. Blah 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 blah. They finally put the hammer down on them. 45 to 16, I believe
Bet
the
on that
final
game. It
score
good.
was.
Let's cover the spread. It was
Yes,
nice.
they did.
Yep.
Yes, they did. It was 13, and they covered it real nicely.
Yep.
And they broke into the top 4 in the college football rankings. So good week for them. My shit of the week
Merry Christmas! Dinner was full!
goes to the Maryland Terrapins
Yeah, come on.
for refusing to shake the hands.
I was wondering if you're
going to
bring this up in your college, and you saved it for now.
Yes,
I like. Okay.
For not shaking the hands of the Penn State captains at the coin toss at midfield. I don't care what happened before the game, this or that. You are an institute of higher learning. You are supposed to be showing young kids, high schoolers, 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds
Did you see this,
watching
Johnny?
this game
No, I didn't
what
see it.
sportsmanship is all about. What happened here is at the coin toss.
Go through real quick.
You know, the captains walk out, right?
Yeah.
And the referee says, blah, 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 I'm going to do blah, 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 shake hands, right? Penn State, all 3 of their captains put their hands out to shake hands. Maryland's 3 captains refused to shake their hands. Bogus, Bush
That's-
League, chicken shit.
Yep.
If I was the Maryland athletic director,
Well, they got fined. There are some suspensions coming down as well. All the stuff
I'm
got
not
handed
sure
down
for
today.
that because they did have a little brawl before the game. They kind of mixed it up before the
No,
game.
it's for it. They announced it today. It was breaking. They announced it. They got $10,000 fine, I believe. One of the captains
By the
is
NCAA?
yeah, but one of the captains got suspended
Absolutely
a game.
wonderful.
So,
if I was the
yeah.
athletic director, I would have been all
so
over
for
this.
can we give this up for the Maryland?
Have a nice day, douchebag!
Bunch of douchies,
Douchebags.
douches all the way.
You do
all
that
right.
in the pros, that's one thing. This is college. You don't disrespect your
I
opponent.
agree.
You show sportsmanship, whether you hate them or not. You show sportsmanship. You project an image that Maryland wants to project, and that wasn't it. Horrible. I'm
Chill
appalled.
out, dickwad.
Chill out, all
I
right.
hate that
All right,
stuff,
just
dude.
chill
It
out.
gets
Arnold
my
said
blood
chill
boiling.
out.
Chill
All
out,
right.
dickwad.
Yeah, right, Renee. What do you got, dickwad?
My shot of the week. Mine goes out to
Clayton
my girl.
Kershaw
She's,
because he's just awesome.
My girl, she's the best, dude.
Yeah,
so
it's
that's
awesome.
my
For
shot
your
of the
move,
week.
man.
Yep.
I wish you guys the best luck also because
Thank
she's
you.
a cool girl.
She is.
I like her a lot. Any girl that can come out and play golf with the guys.
I really
like
didn't have
her. I
anything,
like
so
her.
that's my shot of the week.
Honey,
Well, at
okay,
least it
well,
wasn't
Renee,
Kershaw. You break that down.
yeah, you were supposed to put that on record. Now she's gonna probably listen.
Seriously,
I
that
had
just
no
took the-
preparation for
Hopefully
the
she
show.
just listened to the very
That-
beginning of the show and
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, thank God."
that took
Yeah.
the luster off it.
Yeah, really.
Jesus.
Wow.
I had nothing else.
Johnny Bucks, what do you got, man?
All
You
right,
going with
well,
the Roethlis bony?
2 weeks in a row. What do I? Roethlisberger, fucking another 6 touchdowns.
You gotta
Sets
give
a
it to
new
him, man.
record. NFL history right there. This guy's in the history books.
Yep.
Okay. 12 touchdowns last 2 games.
Yes.
So I gotta
So
give
I'm gonna
my
get this is for Ben.
Show me the money!
Right there for Ben, right?
You got to yell
Seriously,
that
for
stuff.
Ben,
Show
man.
me the money.
No matter you try and put these guys down, man, they come right back. Brady
Yep.
Breeze and and
That's what it's all about.
Roethlisberger. Yep.
Very impressed with him.
finally,
Very impressed.
finally melding with that offense. So
Yes.
good
Yep.
things. Good things.
Okay.
Shit of the week is going to my car. the Steelmobile.
Oh yeah, today. So you had a bad day is for Johnny. Give it to
Yeah.
me, Renee, if you got it. Yeah. Let us know what happened today.
I left work this afternoon, and as I was driving on the 10 from Culver City, now mind you, I live in Azusa, which is about 30 miles east.
Hour drive.
But,
Where we are now.
Yeah, it depends on what time you're leaving.
You're leaving the
But,
Heidi and Frank show on 95.5 KLOS in Los Angeles, right?
Good plug. Good plug.
Yeah, way to plug. Oh, nice.
I love you, Frank.
So I get to about Crenshaw Boulevard on the 10.
Oh, good neighborhood, right?
Yeah,
Good
yeah,
neighborhood.
great
Oh,
neighborhood.
nice.
Great neighborhood.
White boy Johnny.
And engine starts shaking. It's not shifting into gears, so I pull to the side of the road.
Tranny slipping.
Call AAA. AAA tells me they can only take me 6 miles. Thanks, Mom, for the
Oh,
upgraded
nice.
VIP membership.
Johnny asked me when I come in, he's like, so, dude, but how many miles
At
you got in
least,
your
at
AAA?
least I had the 6 miles.
You know it's only like $10 to upgrade, right?
Is it?
Yeah, so you can get on your mom
Hey,
for
we
that.
could tell you.
Thanks,
We could
Mom.
tell you Florence and Normandy.
Yeah.
We'll take you.
yeah.
We'll take you to the bad part of town, but that's far we'll take you.
I basically got dropped off at I think it was like Olympic and Figueroa or something like that.
baby.
Oh, man.
And then I had to take public transportation.
He gets off, like, there's just gunshots. He's like, what the hell's going on?
Public transportation from the inner city area downtown all the way
the good
back
folks,
to
the good
Azusa.
folks. You hang
So
out
I
with the
didn't
good
even know
folks.
if we were gonna have a show today because I didn't know what time
Yeah,
I was
sure.
gonna
Right
get
when I
back
walked
here.
up, Johnny went, "Hey!" And I turned my head, and I was like, "Oh shit, it's Johnny!" And he was like walking
Had
up,
my
and I was like,
bag
"Wait,
on.
you're not home? Like, am I that early?"
All right, so Johnny, for your car, shit of the
Yeah,
week for the
shit
Van
of the week.
Steelermobile.
But hey,
The
pray-
Steelermobile's been
Pray
good.
to the car gods, man.
Pray to the car gods. There you
Yes,
go. All right,
absolutely.
Lawrence, thank you for joining us at LB Said on Twitter. Our fantasy guru putting
For
out all your
show.
boom busts every week and your rapid reaction, which is out right now on the homepage. So check it out. Today, Lawrence, thanks for coming with us, man. What do you got as your shot and shit of the week?
My shot of the week probably has to go to my weekend of going to the Dallas Cowboys
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
Even though they lost.
Jerry's house.
So that was a fun experience. My shit of the week probably has to be Brandon Wheaton ruining my time.
Raining on the parade,
That
huh?
stinks.
Yeah.
He just couldn't make a pass. All the Cardinals was giving that game to the Cowboys on a silver platter, and he couldn't make 2 passes to save his life. It was horrible.
Oh,
He just got progressively worse as the game went on.
I saw the picture. You were wearing a Cowboys hat, and you know the first rule for when you go to a Cowboys game, you got to wear the other team's hat because then they'll win, just like your picks.
Exactly. Got to go opposite, bro.
You should have worn a Cardinals hat, and then they
Probably.
might have had a chance.
Exactly.
Hey, so how are the pole dancers? Did you check the pole dancers, the go-go dancers up on the 3rd deck at Jerry's World?
No, I didn't see any.
What?
As a matter of fact, I was looking for him, but I didn't see him.
Yeah,
Oh, what the hell?
You know, Lawrence is walking around like, yeah, we're the pole dancers. Pole dancers. It's like, Jerry, not only did they lose when you were there, they didn't have
No
pole
pole
dancers.
dancing.
Jesus, why did I even go to Jerry's World
Cheap
for?
ass.
Did you get to see the room where Jerry blows Tony?
No, nor did I want to see that room. I'm staying away from whatever that room is.
Oh, that room is off limits. Lawrence, though, that was awesome how you took pictures, man. It had to be a good time. So my shot of the week is going to go to someone who will give you a Rothless boner. My shot of the week goes to Klay Thompson and his lovely new girlfriend.
Oh, Lord.
Posted the story up a couple days ago. Hannah
Lord
Stocking, who is an internet sensation.
Have mercy.
Knocker, you said this is I'm sorry, our wives aren't listening probably. You said this is
no.
the finest ass you've ever seen?
Finest ass in North America, bar
You
none.
can
Don't
check out
even have to have
you
a
can
contest.
check the pictures out live right now or at thenewsportsguru.com. We're showing the pictures live on the show. Show up the other one there. You
Go
got.
to the other- go to the
yeah,
other
go
one.
to the other one, Renee. That you got. Yeah, you got another one. Yeah, that one there for you, Johnny. Knocker.
Winner.
Winner. Chicken dinner for that.
Winner. Chicken dinner.
As we'll give it. Can we,
Look at Johnny. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
oh,
Johnny's losing it.
a triple chaps. A triple chaps for that. Johnny.
Way to go, Clay. Signs a big 4-year, $70 million contract and is living with that.
Who does he play for? I'm sorry, I honestly
Golden
don't know.
State
Don't
Warriors,
say- okay.
man.
The Warriors.
Johnny,
Yeah.
if you don't watch the show for me, Knocker, just watch it for Johnny and what he does off camera.
What are you
Like,
talking
seriously,
about?
just watch him. My shit.
Fist of Fury.
My shit of the week award is gonna go to.
Merry Christmas! Dinner was full!
I know this is kind of off topic as far as sports, but for the Oklahoma City Thunder. You lose Durant, and now Westbrook breaks his hand.
Yeah,
He's out 4 to
boy.
6 weeks. It's going to be a tough road here.
The window
going
is
for,
slammed shut.
Yeah, we got the video go right here going up on the newsportscrew.com. Yeah, it's going to be bad road for the Thunder. So, again, PW Side Construction, we appreciate it.
We have a couple on Twitter.
All right, throw them out real quick.
Proto chimes in.
Get that the song ready for me, Renee.
Shot of the week goes to Halloween whores in general for wearing awesome costumes.
Okay, yeah, love Halloween for the Hornets.
I can deal with that.
Okay, I'll give him a ding.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's it. That's the only shot of the week that's coming on
Okay.
Twitter. We got a lot of stuff on here, but that's the only shot of the week.
All right, well,
there,
here we go to the fireball. Shots, baby. That's right,
Hey,
baby.
wait, I just have one more thing to say.
Uh-oh.
Me and Ravens fan on Twitter made a little bet over
Okay.
the Steelers Ravens game.
Okay.
And it was for bragging rights and for a 6-pack. So I just want to say, nana poo poo, stick your head in doo
Oh!
Ravens fan.
Poo poo, stick your head in doo.
Johnny, can I
doo.
throw
Hold
that?
on to that 6-pack because we are divisional games. So we'll
We'll meet up again.
Yeah,
Maybe
we'll
make it
come
a
back
12er.
around.
Maybe
So
make it a
hold on to
12er.
that. Yeah.
So
we
I'll give him one of these for you.
Well, tell him to suck my balls.
Yeah,
Yo.
baby. All right, let's
Suck
get
this Roth's boner bit.
We do have a question. Why don't I ever see Johnny Box on Dish Nation with Heidi and Frank?
Oh, because I don't do any of that stuff.
Okay, that's why.
They just want to know.
There's your answer.
Because Johnny's just too good looking to be
The
on
more
this
you
show.
know.
But
The inquiring minds want to know.
They don't want the ratings to go too high. You know?
Let's
They
get
wanna
it,
be
boys.
subtle.
Here we go. Week 10, fellas. Yeah, baby. Week 10.
I had a good week last week.
You did
I had
nothing.
a good week.
Pick'em's getting down to it
Yes.
again. We got $200 Visa, the Sportscast Pick'em League going on right now. Oh, man. I just don't, like I said before, I can't get a read on the league. I'm with Lawrence, and this one is, man, I just don't know who's for real and who's not. The Cardinals were the best team. We're going to decide here. We got our winners coming up. If you guys want to call the show, 818-435-8423. As we get into our Week 10 picks here, throw me on some background. Thank you very much.
Oh, smooth.
All right, here we go. Our Week 10 picks here. Again, Lawrence at LB said on Twitter will have his boom bust fantasy-wise out tomorrow for you guys, so check it out, thenewsportscrew.com. First game up here, Thursday Night Football. We know how they're always the best of games here. We'll see about this one.
Browns versus Bengals.
Browns versus Bengals, man. Bengals came away with the win last weekend. Browns, I don't know what. They're the Browns.
Hey, is Johnny Manziel still on that roster?
Yeah, he is.
We
We'll
haven't
see
heard
we haven't
shit
heard
from him
anything
from week
for
one.
week 1. But hey, Thursday Night Football could get sloppy. Divisional rivals here. Browns on the road against the Bengals. Knocker. I'm going to go Bengals at home.
Have to.
Have to go Bengals. Johnny Icebox.
Yeah, as much as I don't want to, I'm going to go Bengals.
Bengals. Lawrence, what do you got in this one? Browns versus Bengals. I think it's pretty easy, right?
Yeah, I think the Bengals at home. They take care of business.
All right, when you get into the Bengals running back situation, starters hurt here. Hill might be the best play this week. What do you talk about the Bengals running back situation?
Yeah, I think Jeremy Hill, I think he's going to probably be the best player they have on the field. He clearly showed that he can run in between the tackles better than Giovanni Bernard, and I think that they're going to lean on him a lot more because A.J. Green, he might not be back to full strength. So I think they lean on their run game and take shots deep with Andy Dalton.
Yeah, I agree. I think Jeremy Hill becomes top 10 running back this week, especially after his performance last week. If you're the Bengals on a short week, you should win this game at home. Let's sit Gio, especially on the short week. Let's not rush him back. We should beat the Browns without him, right,
You're
Knocker?
supposed to, yes.
All right,
absolutely.
who do you got as your
Fantasy Beast.
who's beasting out in this one?
Jeremy Hill, I think he
Okay, I
continues
agree.
to do what he did last week, and I think the Browns can't defend the run.
Yep, I agree with you on that one. Who's walking?
Fantasy Zombie.
Who's walking dead this week?
Ben Tate, he doesn't get any carries. They're almost a three-headed monster in the backfield going with the hot hand, and he's progressively not getting as many carries as he was normally accustomed to. So he would probably have a quiet night.
Okay. Renee,
There we
keep the music going for me. Thank you. Coming up next year, we got
Cowboys versus Jaguars.
Cowboys, Jaguars.
In London.
In
At
London.
Wembley Stadium.
In Wembley Stadium. Romo, as we talked about earlier, traveled with the team to London for this game. I'm even on the Cowboys side. I say sit the kid. We should win this game without him. If there's, if you're the Cowboys, you should go and win this game whether you got a backup or not. We got a better team, better players. But as we know, Cowboys, man, this could be the downfall. Cowboys, Jaguars, Knocker. I'm going to throw it to you first. What do you got?
Well, Jerry's going geisha girl on Romo this week.
Yep.
Giving him massages and, the tea ceremonies and all this stuff, trying to get him prepared to play. I don't even know who the coach of the Cowboys is anymore, to be honest with you.
Jason Garrett.
Who?
Jason Garrett.
Really?
Yeah, exactly. It's Jerry Jones.
Is he really?
It's Jerry Jones.
Is he really?
Jerry Jones runs every position on that team.
I think if the Cowboys cannot win this game, that the season's
over.
done,
Yeah,
blah,
I agree.
blah, blah.
So do you start Romo?
No, God, no.
I agree.
Not with a back injury. No, I don't even know why he's on the plane.
Yep.
To be honest with you,
Yep.
I have no idea. The 12-hour flight had to just kill him. So he must have been,
Did not practice today.
Yeah, he had to be liquored up, Vicodined up just
we'll
to make
see
the
what
trip.
he does tomorrow.
Cowboys win this only because the Jaguars are bad.
Yep, I agree. Johnny Box, what do you got? Are you
I
going with the
agree.
Cowboys? Yeah? You go with the Cowboys? I'm going to go with the Cowboys. Now, Lawrence, I know you don't like to pick the Cowboys, but you really legitimately can't pick the Jaguars here, right?
Jags will win this game.
Yeah! All right. I love it. Bold call. Jags winning this one.
He's really.
I am going to think about that all
yeah.
when I'm watching the game.
Oh,
one.
All right, Lawrence. You're going to go with the Jags
He's
in the
not
NFC.
saying nothing.
He
He's just
isn't.
sitting
He
back.
said Jags. He's learned the last
That's
2
all I got
weeks.
for it.
That's all I got.
don't have any elaborate answers. Just Jags win this game.
Oh, that's fantastic, Lawrence. All right, who do you guys your
Fantasy Beast.
who's beasting out in this one?
Fantasy beast in this game will be DeMarco Murray. The Dallas Cowboys get two of their starting offensive linemen back in Ronald Leary and Doug Free. They're going to lean on him probably even more this game because Brandon Whedon has clearly shown he can't make passes past 10 yards. And so, they've had, a top 2 run game all season. So I think he'll probably be the fantasy beast.
Okay.
Fantasy Zombie.
Who you got this week?
Fantasy zombie, I probably have to go with Blake Bortles. I don't think he gets a lot of passing in this game. I mean, I think it's easy to say as a rookie he's probably not going to play any better than a rookie typically does. He might have a few good days, but I don't see him. I see the Cowboys trying to control the clock, and I don't see Blake Bortles having a lot of opportunity.
All right, with 6 teams on bye this week, little slim pickings as far as defense is concerned. Is Dallas an option to play here streaming wise for 1 week?
I think so.
They're an option. Some leagues have guys that hold on to defenses, and you might be in a 14, 16 team league, so it can't get any worse than Dallas. I don't have a lot of confidence in streaming them as a defensive starter. They don't force a ton of turnovers. They're not on the field as much as you would like to see them get a couple of turnovers. So I think that the Jags will be able to put up a couple of points, but I mean, with a lot of teams on by, the Cowboys playing against the Jags isn't necessarily a bad option.
Yeah, it's not. It's not. You could do worse. So, all right, this could be an interesting game here.
Like the Bears.
There's a lot of this. Yeah, there's a lot of games this week though, Knocker, where you kind of think, easy pick, right? This is kind of one of those ones I don't know here.
This year there is no easy
There
pick
really,
unless it's Oakland.
You're right. That's true. That's true. Unless it's Oakland.
Right?
You work in LA, right?
Yes.
You got a lot of Oakland fans?
Yes.
There? Okay. So I know.
Tough year.
Bud Knocker lives in
But there's
Glendora at so-and-so address. Just go ahead and check
But there is optimism. I mean, there is. They're bad, but they're not as bad as they were in the Jamarcus Russell, Terrell Pryor years.
Are you really trying to back up for the Raiders right now?
No, I really think that they're not as bad. They're not as bad as they have been. They're building something there, and if Derek Carr can survive the first 2 years in Oakland, I think they got a shot to do something. I really do.
Thanks for that.
Well, Peyton Manning's going to be gone. In 2 years, he's going to be gone. Phillip Rivers is going to be gone. Alex Smith is going to be at the end of his career. I'm right.
You totally don't believe what you just said right now.
I do.
Okay, we're going to move on to the next game.
Chiefs versus Bills.
Think about it.
I love you, Pops. Chiefs versus Bills. You knew that was all bullshit right now for Raiders fans. Right in their face. Yeah, I know.
That was
Chiefs
for you,
versus.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's for you, Joe Pacheco out there.
Jesus.
Chiefs. Oh, yeah. See, just thank you, Renee. Well played. That was a big one. Chiefs versus Bills.
That's a juicy one.
Now, Knocker, this game really, I do a weekly pick'em thing, so do you at work, where you pick just the winners. This game's got me torn here. I want to go with the Chiefs, but again, I just think they're one of those teams that play a lot better at home than they do on the road. And I think the Bills play a lot better at home than they do on the road.
Let's go,
Go
Buffalo.
I'm going Buffalo in the upset.
Go
Yeah, Johnny.
Buffalo.
I'm going Buffalo in this one. Are you going Buffalo too? This is going to be my upset of the week
here. It's going to be cold. It's going to be nasty. It's going to be ugly.
I just think they win by like some weird
Buffalo
play.
is
Something
gonna
happens.
stumble into a win.
Yeah.
Yes.
Something happens in this game where Buffalo wins at home.
Yep.
I'm going Buffalo. Lawrence, you going to round it out here?
You know, I kind of have a caveat with the Buffalo Bills.
Doesn't everybody?
Sammy Watkins was escorted off the field today with a groin injury. So if he doesn't play, that kind of changes everything for me because I don't know if they have enough reliable options at receiver to beat Kansas City, who is actually pretty good against the pass, even though Buffalo's pretty good at home. And it's almost like playing a college team because that atmosphere is crazy in Buffalo.
Yep.
So I have to wait to see if Sammy Watkins plays. If he plays, I have Buffalo. If he doesn't, I think I have Kansas City because I just think they'll be able to better.
You just did a total back.
No shit.
What
the hell is that? So who did you pick?
You just pulled a Johnny. Yeah, I really like this team, but if this player plays, then I'm gonna switch my pick.
Did he make a pick? Really?
Wait, because it makes a difference. It's an impact player. I mean, he's not a guy.
Lawrence,
he's not a quarterback. He's definitely their star player.
Our show is today, not Saturday.
Listen to this show for your expert picks, Lawrence. They don't want a 50-50 answer.
Fine, I'm going Buffalo.
Okay.
Let's go Buffalo.
There we go. Yeah. Buffalo, baby.
Let's go.
Now, if you want his real pick, he's at LB Said It. Find him on Twitter on Saturday afternoon.
He's going to DM everybody. He's like, I really went Chiefs. I really went Chiefs.
The Bills make me want to shout.
Pretty much.
Just threw that out there.
That's our song.
Fantasy Beast.
You guys are fantasy beasts in this one. Oh, my God.
Fantasy beast in this game, I'm probably going to have to go Sammy Watkins if he plays. But if not, then I got Jamal Charles. But I think he's going to have a little bit of a tough day against that Buffalo front.
Well, this is the game of the week for Lawrence. Whatever doesn't happen in this one, I'm going the other way.
Well, yeah, because I really like Sammy Watkins in this game.
If Jim Kelly,
targeted, but he has to play.
Right? If Jim Kelly starts for the Bills, I think they got a really good
shot.
If Thurman
to win
Thomas
this comes
game.
into this game,
Exactly. You know.
Yeah, I got Don Beebe as my fantasy beast in this game if he plays.
Oh, Lawrence, that's fantastic. Don Beebe reference on this show.
Fantasy Zombie.
Who's guys your fantasy zombie this week?
My fantasy zombie is probably going to be Alex Smith. I think he's going to be under pressure a lot, and I think they're going to force him into a couple of turnovers this weekend.
I agree with you. I think Bills are underrated D. I wouldn't mind playing them as a streaming defense this week.
Well, I think Joe Montana is the Chiefs quarterback. Has a really good shot to put some numbers up this week.
Marcus Allen should be good to go this week.
Marcus Allen should be good to go.
I think Priest Holmes is going to have a quiet day.
Priest Holmes, baby.
Yeah, fantastic. So many references during that game. I love it. All right, next up here. This game's going to be an interesting one as well.
Dolphins.
OJ's going off, bro. OJ's going off.
Dolphins. OJ's going off. Dolphins versus Lions. Lions coming off the bye. The Dolphins, man. Again, are these one of these teams? Are they for real, Knocker?
I have no effing clue.
I don't know. I don't
have a clue.
I'm sorry. I know you want an answer on the show. I can't give you one with the Dolphins.
I mean,
they could go in and lose this game by 20-something points.
Very easily.
Or go in and win it by a touchdown.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
Absolutely.
I don't know. But I'm going to go Lions at home because they get Calvin Johnson back. Reggie Bush should be back. And Lions 2 weeks to prepare for this game at home in the Dome. I'm going Lions.
Lions have to win this game. If they don't win this game, their season turns to shit.
It's done.
In a heartbeat.
It's done. I agree.
They have to win this game. I'm going to go with the Lions.
Johnny Icebox.
Lions
from Johnny Icebox.
Put him up. Put him up. I'll put you with one hand behind my back. Put him up.
For all your Wizard of Oz references, come back to the Sportscast.
What are you scared?
What are you scared? Oh, what'd you do that for? What'd you have to hit me for?
We swear we do not smoke weed on this program. Oh, all right, what do you got in this one? I'm gonna Thank you. All right, we're going Lions. Lawrence, are you rounding it out right now?
You know, I don't like how you guys are on the fence about these games. I'm going to have to be absolute and go Dolphins. I think the Dolphins win this game.
Let me play it for him, man. Here it is.
And that's the bottom line.
LB said it, baby. He's going Miami in the
I told you the
upset.
Dolphins would beat the Chargers last week, but I didn't know that they would do all that.
You did, man. Ryan Tannehill right now as a fantasy
I took
quarterback.
Miami last week.
He's top 10 fantasy quarterback right now, right?
He's close to it. I don't think I can lean on him as top 10, but he's definitely having better weeks. Everyone thought that he was going to have the big week last week, and he put up a stinker. And then he comes back this week, and people write him off, and he goes crazy. So, yeah, he's riding a good wave right now, and he's hot, but you just can't bank on his consistency. But, yeah, it's not an accident that they're actually winning games when he plays well.
All right, as we know, we're going to have Calvin Johnson back in this game, but who's your
Fantasy Beast.
Who's your beast in this one? A lot of big players in this one. Who you got?
My fantasy beast, I would probably have to go with Matt Stafford. I think that he's going to have to throw the football a lot in this game because the Dolphins are good against the run, and the Lions don't really run the football that well anyway. So I think if I have to go with a beast, even though I think this game is going to be more of a defensive battle to some degree, I'd probably have to go Matt Stafford.
All right, who you guys? Your
Fantasy Zombie.
Your zombie this one.
My fantasy zombie will probably have to be Lamar Miller. I think he's going to have a rough day trying to find areas to run against the Detroit defense.
That injury scares me with him as well, man. Banged up shoulder, I believe, is with Lamar Miller right now. So could be interesting to see what if Daniel Thomas comes in the picture with the Dolphins. That whole running back situation, I think, is up in the air.
Yeah, I think they're saying he's going to play. So far he's been practicing all week, and they said he's ready to go. But yeah, like you said, I mean, all it takes is one hard hit, and I mean that defensive line is ferocious. So hopefully he stays intact, but I don't see him having a good day.
What are your thoughts, real quick, Lawrence? Reggie Bush, man, we're starting this week. Should be back.
We need more Bush.
How's Bush do this week?
I think it depends on what type of guys you have as options on your roster. I mean, some people might be forced to play him in a flex spot or at the second running back position, but I think his value is kind of diminished, especially being with the emergence of Theo Riddick and Drake Bell plays on the goal line. So it kind of leaves Reggie Bush in limbo of kind of like where's his niche to really
he's got to score from 25 yards out
because he doesn't. It just comes down to the fact that he doesn't get enough volume to be a reliable guy. But if you want a guy with a high ceiling, a guy with the best opportunity for the big plays, then obviously it's Reggie Bush.
No, Knocker, I think you said he's got to score from 20 yards out, and you're basically playing him hoping for a touchdown. Yes. That's a hard way to play fantasy football, hoping for a touchdown.
Feel good about that waiver now?
Go fuck yourself.
Whoa!
You got knocked the fuck out, man!
You got knocked the fuck out!
Sounds like Josh is asking for a little bit of your advice in his league.
And that was the inside joke segment.
I'm going to hit you. I'm going to tackle you at the next break, just so you know. Johnny might not be back after this.
Why was the king
of
the forest?
Shoot Ryan, punch me.
Okay, we need to stop with the Wizard of Oz references on this show.
All right.
We're going to have a talk at the break.
Brownie.
Raiders.
Next game up here, going to be an interesting one.
From what I hear, your brother brought brownies to my house the other day. Was that true?
Next game, Renee, turn up the volume.
49ers versus Saints.
49ers versus the Saints.
I love my family.
Niners on the road, man. Me and Knocker Lawrence, again, earlier in the show, man, we talked about the Niners. This is Niners season. I see them in disarray right now. I think it's the fall down point for the Niners. I think Harbaugh's out at the end of the year. Colin Kaepernick regressing, but the Saints on the opposite end here, 2 in a row here. Breeze looks to be back. Sean Payton, maybe the defense has turned around. Saints at home, always tough. I got Saints here. I think this game, they win by about 7 or 10. I think it's close at first, but the Saints pull away in the end here. I like Saints at home.
What do you make of the Sean Payton, Rob Ryan little sideline?
I think it's not an issue unless they're losing.
Okay.
Really? Hasn't been talked about since they won.
That's true. Winning cures everything.
Right, winning cures everything in the NFL.
It does.
What do you got?
I think the Saints win this game, and the 49ers spiral down. And
I don't think they make the playoffs. I think they missed the playoffs. I think they're missing the playoffs.
Oddly enough, for a team that was right there on the
they
cusp,
had to win that Rams game. That was just uncalled for last week.
They're disintegrating right in front of our eyes, and this is really odd because they have so much talent. I'm not sure what's going on there.
Yeah.
But I think the Saints have turned it around. And I think they win a close one right here.
Yeah, I agree. Johnny Box, what do you got, man?
I got to go with the Saints because, there's no better place to win than at home, right?
I agree. All right. Johnny with the expert analysis, right?
As always.
I mean,
that was in depth.
If you're going
right
to pick
there.
a team, why not? The best time to win is at home,
pick
right?
Pick the home team.
Yeah, just pick the home team.
Because there's no place like home.
You're not going to
stop. Okay, this needs to stop at no more Wizard of Oz references.
Nice. Well played, Johnny. Well played,
That
buddy.
was well played, actually. That really was. You're a thinking man today. I'm going to go with the Saints at home again. I think they win by 7 or 10 points. So I think it's like a 31-20 type of game. Lawrence, what do you got, bud?
Yeah, I got the Saints at home. I just think they're pretty tough there, and I think they have an urgency going to try to get some wins and string some wins together. They actually have I think out of their last 8 games, 5 of them are at home, which is very beneficial for them, and they catch the 49ers at a very vulnerable time. They look like they're just, out of sorts, and what it really boils down to is Kaepernick has not progressed as a passer yet. They went and got him all these weapons in the offseason to go along with the weapons he already has, and he just has not taken the next step forward. And they want to run the ball, but you really, when you have a guy of his stature, you would think that you should be able to pass a little bit more, but when you can't pass and then the run isn't as reliable as it used to be, it just makes for a disaster, which is why they lost the game last week.
Well, speaking of this
You
game,
know, if Kaepernick only had a heart.
Yeah, really. I hate you. Yeah, I hate you for that. I know. I'm not trying to lead into it. If you only had a heart, shut up, Knocker, with your Wizard of Oz.
Maybe we should play it cool for a little bit.
Real quick.
Let's stop.
Real quick, Lawrence. I had actually a guy at work ask me this question, man. Colin Kaepernick or Mark Sanchez this week? Who you got?
Wow. Mark Sanchez.
I like it. I like it, baby.
I like Mark Sanchez.
Yeah. Sanchez. All right, let's get to one more game before we get to break here. Oh, let's get to your Fantasy Beast real quick in this one.
Fantasy Beast.
I mean, Saints side of the ball. Go ahead.
Yeah, Drew Brees. I think Drew Brees lights up the sky again as he normally does at home. And they're starting to click now. Jimmy Graham's getting healthy. I think that is going to be Drew Brees.
I like it.
Fantasy Zombie.
Fantasy Zombies now have to go to Frank Gore. The Saints are pretty good against the run. The 49ers don't run the ball consistently enough, and Carlos Hyde is also a part of the running game. So I'll have to go Frank Gore as my zombie.
Hey, Lawrence, has Mark Ingram finally become an NFL running back?
Well, I think he's always had it, but I think that he went to the worst team possible, which has been so frustrating because they played three running backs. I think right now he's getting, a lot of usage by default because they only have 2 running backs healthy. I think once everyone's healthy again, he'll go back to being at around maybe, hovering at 50% of the carries. Right now he's getting about 70% of the carries, which is, a world of difference for a guy who's, he's proving that he can be a number 1 running back, but in New Orleans, their system just doesn't operate that way.
Okay, just curious.
All right,
thank you.
Next game up here before we get to break. You guys want to call the show, 818-435-8423, or tweet us at Sportscast_THN. Let's breeze through this one real quick, guys. I think it's an obvious one.
Titans versus Ravens.
I think Baltimore bounces big time at home here. Titans just in disarray. Don't have a quarterback situation. Don't have, don't have the performance players as you should in the NFL. I'm going to go Ravens here at home.
Ravens.
All right, Johnny. What was it, Johnny?
Agree.
Okay, Ray.
Agree.
Agree. He's going with agree. Johnny is with the Ravens. Lawrence, what do you got in this one?
Yeah, I got the Birds.
At the Birds. Who you guys your
Fantasy Beast?
Who's your beast in this one?
Did you say
My fantasy beast in this one, I think, is going to be Torrey Smith. He's slowly been coming along.
Wow.
He's outscored Steve Smith the last 4 weeks.
Interesting.
And I think he catches a couple of big bombs this weekend.
Wow, well, a lot of people would say
shit.
You know who I am?
I've seen you before. You're the asshole on TV.
That's what a lot of fantasy owners were thinking of Torrey Smith this year.
Pretty much.
That asshole that I drafted, number 1 receiver, not doing shit. Well, Lawrence, bold call coming up. I like it. Who you guys your
Fantasy Zombie?
Fantasy Zombie is probably going to have to be the Tennessee's running back, Bishop Sankey. I don't think he has any room to run. They're starting Zach Mettenberger, which means they're going to crowd the line of scrimmage. And Baltimore's just a different defense at home in general. I think they pretty much, put that Titans offense to a halt in general.
All right, I'm going to skip this game real quick because it's going to be a breeze right before we get to break here, Knocker.
Falcons versus Buccaneers.
Let's just run through this real quick, man. What do you got in this one?
Bucks.
Bucks at home right here. We get the second win of the season.
Going Bucks.
Falcons just suck outside, right?
Yep.
Johnny?
I
know this is tough here,
Falcons on this.
This is one of those shitty tough games I really don't want to pick. Like, yeah, seriously, my God.
It's just gonna screw my whole week.
What happened to
Oh my God! Who the hell cares?
Oh, this deserves. Knocker does.
You better have the ticket.
Yeah.
Because it's the blackout game of the week.
He's playing I don't give a fuck. I'm playing blackout of the week. This is like the everything you don't give a shit game about, right?
Why even play it?
Johnny, what do you got?
What do you mean? I took the Falcons.
You took Falcons? I'm going to go Falcons on the road here, Knocker. I just think they just got a little bit more. I don't know. I don't feel good at all. Lawrence, what do you got in this one?
Yeah, I'm probably going to have to go Falcons. But It won't be. Tampa Bay had this game circled since they lost that Thursday night game. They were completely embarrassed, and they will be ready to rock at Tampa. You know what? I'm going Tampa Bay.
Lawrence is all about backing that big ass up today, man. My God.
I'm going Tampa. Tampa gets the win.
You get a double. All the back that ass up games from Lawrence. Follow his picks at LBSaid on Twitter. All right, before who you guys? You're real quick in this one.
Fantasy Beast.
Does anyone get going? Please tell me Roddy White.
Well, I think Matt Ryan gets going because Tampa Bay can't defend the pass. Even though he struggles against Tampa Bay, I don't think this is the same Tampa Bay defense that he tends to struggle against. So I probably have to go Matt Ryan, but in parentheses, probably Julio Jones as well. But Roddy White will get some too because he's going to have opportunity.
He just named 3 players.
Yeah, before mine.
Serious back that ass up, man. Lawrence, what's up,
well,
man?
that was letting him know that Roddy White was going to have a good day. But in general, the Falcons' passing game is going to be clicking because what else are they going to do? They can't give it to Steven Jackson.
Lawrence should change his Twitter name for this week to back that ass up.
Fantasy Zombie.
At LB, I'm not sure.
Yeah. That was good, Knocker. I didn't get it for about 10 seconds there, but that was really good. What do you guys your fancy beast in this one?
Zombie.
Or zombie, I'm sorry.
My fancy zombie is Josh McCown, which might be the reason they lose this game. They were going in such a good direction until they made him the quarterback again. I don't know what Lovie Smith is thinking, but he's going to prove that he's not the future.
Okay, no problem. All right, guys, we're going to cover the rest of our games. We got some big games coming up here in the NFL. We got Steelers coming up, black and yellow. We got the Broncos as well. Big matchup in the NFC with the Packers and Bears coming up as well, and a big Monday Night Football game. So if you guys got questions, at LBSaid on Twitter. We'll be back in just a couple minutes here. Short break. Refill your drinks. We're going to refill ours. Call the show, 818-435-8423. Fancy questions. Bring it. Knockers on the Twitter. Like everything else, right, Knocker? You're on top of it?
Baby. I'm on top of it, baby.
We'll be back in just a little bit.
I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm hunting, looking for a come up. This is fucking awesome.
Now, walk into the club like, what up? I got a big cock. I'm just pumped. I bought some shit from a thrift shop. Ice on the fringe is so damn frosty. The people like,
damn, that's a cold ass honky.
Rolling in hella deep, headed to the mezzanine. Dressed in all pink, set my gator shoes. Those are green draped in a leopard mink. Girl standing next to me. Probably should have washed this. Smells like R. Kelly sheets. But shit, it was 99 cents. Bugger copping it, washing it. About to go and get some compliments. Passing up on those moccasins. Someone else has been walking in by me and grungy fucking man. I am stunting and flossing and saving my money. And I'm hella happy that's a bargain, bitch. I'ma take your grandpa style. I'ma take your grandpa style. No, for real. Ask your grandpa, can I have his hand-me-down? Velour jumpsuit and some house slippers. Dookie brown leather jacket that I found. Dig it. They had a broken keyboard. I bought a broken keyboard. I bought a ski blanket. Then I bought a kneeboard. Hello, my ace man, my mellow. John Wayne ain't got nothing on my fringe game, hell no. I could take some pro wings, make them cool, sell those. The sneakerheads will be like, he got the Velcro.
I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm hunting, looking for a come up. This is fucking awesome. I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm hunting, looking for a come up. This is fucking awesome.
What she know about rocking the wolf on your noggin? What she knowin' about wearing a fur fox skin? I'm digging, I'm searching right through that luggage. One man's trash, that's another man's come up. Thank your granddad for donating that plaid button up shirt. Cause right now I'm up in her stunt. I'm at the Goodwill, you can find me in the I'm not stuck on searching in the section. Your grandma, your auntie, your mama, your mammy. I'll take those flannel zebra jammies secondhand and rock that motherfucker. The built-in onesie with the socks on that motherfucker. I hit the party and they stop in that motherfucker. They be like, oh, that Gucci, that's hella tight. I'm like, yo, that's $50 for a t-shirt. Limited edition, let's do some simple edition. $50 for a t-shirt, that's just some ignorant bitch. Shit. I call that getting swindled and pimped. I call that getting tricked by business. That shirt's hella dope. And having the same one as 6 other people in this club is a hella don't. Peep gang, come take a look through my telescope. Tryna get girls from a brand, man, you hella won't. Man, you hella won't.
I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm hunting, looking for a come up. This is fucking awesome. I'll wear your granddad's clothes. I look incredible. I'm in this big ass coat from that thrift shop down the road. I'll wear your granddad's clothes. I look incredible. Come on, man. I'm in this big ass coat from that thrift shop down the road. I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm hunting, looking for a come up. This is fucking awesome.
Is that your grandma's coat?
With the first week in May?
Of course. Back on the Sportscast. NFL Game Day show. Running in the ones and twos.
Yeah. I was trying to give the signal, but you guys didn't see me.
It's okay. At Interbeans1 on Twitter. Check him out today. At Johnny Ice.
Follow me on Twitter.
Follow his ass on Twitter. At Johnny Icebox on Twitter. At Bud Knocker on Twitter.
Yep.
At Real Josh Pacheco. You guys can follow all of us and compete against all of us in daily and weekly fantasy sports games at sportstradex.com, the official fantasy site of the Sportscast, guys. Enter SCNFL in the promo. Again, SCNFL, you guys get 30% in onto your bonus.
Yeah.
You got, a lot of teams in your fantasy league right now, you're out probably already with injuries. You're probably, 2 and 7. You're just sitting there bad where you're out.
Yeah, what do I do? What do I do
What
now?
I do,
What
I want to compete every week. I want something to happen, right? We'll go to sportstradex.com, guys. Check them out today.
Got anywhere from free to $100.
Draft contests, pick 'em
Yeah.
contest, anything you could think of. It's fantastic. Draft a new team each week.
Every day.
Every day. Johnny Icebox is on it. Compete against him. Follow his Twitter feed as well. At Bud Knocker, they'll tweet out every game that they're in. Again, sportstradex.com, guys. Check them out today. All right, guys, let's get into it one more time
Just to
here.
let you know, I actually won last week on Sports Trade X.
You did. Cashed in the money. All right, Johnny.
Benjamin.
Seriously.
Show me the money.
Yeah,
That's it,
Johnny
brother. Let's get the
Icebox.
yell left up. Show me the money. I need to feel you, Jerry. Show me the money.
For real.
Wow, winning.
For Rizzo.
For Rizzo. All right, guys, let's get back to our Week 10 picks here. Oh, baby. Big games coming up. A lot in the line this week, Knocker. A lot in the line. And we're going to tell.
For some teams, yeah.
For some teams, going to be a lot in the line this week. All right, guys. Again, if you guys want to compete in our Pigs Can Pick'em League, again, $2 Visa right now, Knocker. Getting tight. It's getting close.
Yes.
I think we're about 5 games back right now. Your boy, I think, is still first place.
I believe so.
Is it Manny? Weddle?
Weddle, yeah.
Killing it right now.
Yes, he is.
All right, guys. Again, we've got fantasy questions coming up this week. Go ahead and send them towards Lawrence's way. At LBSaid on Twitter. All right. Go ahead and play Knocker's song here because he was waiting for this song. Yeah, look at it. Do you feel it, Knocker?
I
Do you feel it?
Yeah, I feel it good.
You feel good right now? You got your drink on? You ready to
Got
go?
my
You
drink
ready to cover the
on.
rest of these games?
Yeah.
You ready for this? All right, let's do it. Here we go, guys. Big game coming up this week. I saved it. Johnny Throthless Boners.
Steelers versus Jets.
Steelers versus the Jet sucks Jets.
Benny versus the Jets.
Good one, Gong. I'll give him a ding. All right, there it
That's
is.
a gong show, gong. Get him out.
All right,
You
get
can
him
keep
out.
it the same, Benny and the Jets.
That's gong.
It's gonna beat the Jets.
Guys, easy pick here, right? Steelers on the road? Or is,
Yeah.
is this something that just maybe the Jets actually win this game?
No.
No, right? No way.
Steelers.
Steelers. All right, what do you got in this one, Lawrence?
Yeah, I got the Steelers. I think they pull it out. Jets just don't have enough. And Roethlisberger's on a roll, and I think he continues to play like this because the defense can't stop anybody. It's going to be on the offense. And if we all remember, Todd Haley's offense got clicking like this with Kurt Warner, Larry Fitzgerald, and Anquan Bolden. So I think they're going to be on a roll. I think they might be in a zone the rest of the season. I don't think he slows up really. He won't be 6 touchdowns, but I don't think 4 is out of reach.
If you're drafting today, right now, Lawrence, are you drafting Calvin Johnson or Antonio Brown?
Wow.
This is another one where I got to throw the caveat in there. If you tell me, Chris,
all day long for Lawrence. It's the fact that when I titled
Calvin Johnson, if you tell me Calvin Johnson doesn't get injured, I'm still taking Calvin. But if he's going to be what he has been this year, then of course I take Antonio Brown. But if you say both are healthy, I'm still taking Megatron.
All right, Knocker, when we put the title out on iTunes for the title of this show, it's going to be Lawrence backs his ass up all day, all show long. That's what it's going to be.
No, there's some tidbits that have to be said in here. We can't talk about the Bills without Sammy Watkins. We can't talk about Calvin Johnson versus Antonio Brown without mentioning Calvin's injury history. These are just things that need to be brought up.
Absolutely. You tell him.
I got him fired up. I got Lawrence fired up right now. I love
it.
Here we go. Who you got as your fantasy beast? Who's beasting it up in this one?
I got Bathroom Ben. He's going to continue to do what he does.
Bathroom Ben. I like it. I like that name, Bathroom Ben. Here we go. Who you guys here?
Fantasy Zombie.
Just anybody in the Jets facility?
Yeah, you can pretty much take your pick, but I'd probably have to go with Chris Johnson because even though he had a good week last week, and that was probably the first time we've seen him alive in weeks, don't count on that every week and don't bank on that. It'll still be the Chris Ivory show, and they also want to get the ball to Percy Harvard, so I don't see him getting a lot of touches this week.
All right, this could be an absolute massacre here. Here we go.
Broncos versus Raiders.
Broncos go in the black hole after the big loss to the Patriots last week. You talked about earlier, Raiders. Yeah, they'll keep it tough. They played a good game in Seattle, but Broncos on the road. Let's go Broncos. Round it out.
Peyton chews them up.
Yeah, Peyton.
Yeah, Broncos.
All right, Broncos. Let Lawrence round it out here at the Broncos.
Yeah, they're going to be pissed off for the way they lost to the Patriots, and the Raiders are in a bad spot in this game. Broncos.
All right, can you just say that the whole Denver team is probably
fantasy beast
this weekend?
Yep, unleash everybody. But, Peyton Manning's going to be Peyton Manning, so we have to go with the obvious there.
Okay.
Fantasy Zombie.
Walking Dead.
Fantasy Zombie, I'll probably have to go Maurice Jones-Drew. I'm not even sure if he still plays for Oakland.
No shit.
But it'd probably have to be him or Darren McFadden, whoever's running the football, because the Denver Broncos are like number 2 in the league in rush defense.
Yep. Next game up here. When you looked at this game on the schedule, I was like, really? I don't really care to watch this, but this could be really interesting.
Rams
versus Cardinals here.
At Arizona?
In Arizona.
Boy, tough. The Rams are just playing good football.
I don't know. Like
hard-nosed, lucky, break football, ingenuity, pulling out all the stops.
But Arizona home, right? Arizona at home.
It's going to be a tight game.
Knocker, you called them your best team, so you shouldn't have any conviction about this. It's Arizona.
It's going to be
no problem, right?
It's going to be a tight game, but Arizona's going to win. Yeah.
All right, Johnny Icebox.
Arizona, come on.
Yeah, it is no question, right? Well, that's what we thought about the Niners last week, and we all picked the Niners, guys.
But it was the Niners.
And Seattle against the Rams. I mean, the Rams are winning football games.
Seattle almost lost to the Raiders after all that last week, yo. All right, next, I'm going to go with the Cardinals here at home. Again, I think it's about a touchdown game here. I think it's close, but I think the Cardinals take it. I like Cardinals. Lawrence, what do you got?
Yeah, the Cardinals are going to win this game, and I don't even think it's going to be that close. The Cardinals clearly have a more prolific passing game than the San Francisco 49ers do, which is why that's the only reason they really lost that game. The Cardinals will have no issue passing the football against a team that can't defend the pass. They're bottom 5. That's pathetic that the 49ers couldn't do it. But Bruce Arians, they're going to get it done. I think the Cardinals win by 2 touchdowns.
Okay.
Fantasy Beast.
Who's beasting out in this one?
Fantasy Beast, I'd probably have to go Larry Fitzgerald. Him and Carson Palmer have been on a roll with each other lately. I think he gets going against the Rams, and I think he kind of has his way.
All right, I like it, man. Finally gets it going. Fitzy in this one could be, especially with all the receivers and running backs on bye this week, could be a sneaky play. And you wouldn't say that about Larry Fitzgerald. I mean, before the season, like, Larry Fitzgerald could have a good game. You usually expect that.
And you know what I love, though? He could be bitching and pissing and moaning.
He knows his role. Yep.
And
he don't care they're winning.
He wants to win.
He wants a Super Bowl ring, baby. I love that. All right, here we go.
Fantasy Zombie.
Who's your zombie?
My fantasy zombie in this game is probably going to have to be Zach Stacy or Kenny Britt. Kenny Britt, even though he's the number one, I'm not sure he's a legit number one, and which means he'll be playing against Patrick Peterson, which means his day will be long. And then also we all know Zach Stacy is like third man on the totem pole in the running game, so he probably will have next to no touches.
So who do you even can you even start a Rams running back in this game, in fantasy wise?
If you have Trey Mason, he's probably your best bet. They've deemed him the starter. He's got guaranteed touches. I don't know how many that means he's going to get throughout the game, but if you're in a bind and you have to start one of those guys, hopefully you have Trey Mason.
All right, next up,
Giants versus Seahawks.
Man, Giants. God, G-Man, looking bad. Monday Night Football against the Colts. Andrew Luck tore him up. Seahawks. I don't know, man. They've lost a lot of players. They haven't looked good, even though they beat the Raiders last week. They still haven't looked good for 3 weeks now. Percy Harvin out of the situation. I just don't think they have the offense to get it going now right now. I mean, I think the defense is still okay, still good at home, but the offense just doesn't impress me right now.
No. Is this at Seattle?
It's in Seattle. That's the only reason I'm going with it.
Then you have to go Seattle. The Giants just looked horrible.
Yeah, they look horrible. I just have no faith in them.
National TV.
Yeah, I agree. They didn't even look like they cared.
They got the ass tore up.
Yeah.
Coughlin is gone at the end of the year. Not sure what the hell is going to happen with Eli. I don't know who their backup quarterback is, but they need to start looking towards the future a little bit as far as who's going to be their quarterback 2 years down the road here, 1 year down the road. I think Seattle's just got the hangover. And I think they go on a little run here right now at the end of the year.
Okay.
So, definitely Seattle.
I could see that potentially. What do you got, Johnny?
I got Seattle. Suck a one. Giants fan.
Suck my balls.
Giants fan, where you been?
Yeah,
really?
where Giants fan been?
I haven't heard a call all year from
He's
that
in Mama's
guy,
basement. He's playing World of Warcraft. He ain't doing shit right now.
He's not even watching.
That's right. All right. As well, I'm gonna go with Seattle in this one at home. Lawrence, what do you got, bud?
Yeah, I think Seattle gets the win. I don't think the Giants have enough offense. Like I said, Andre Williams, he's not a threat in the backfield, which means Eli has to throw more than he really is comfortable with. And Ben McAdoo has to do something different with the way they're lining up in their wide receiver stats. They don't have a true number one wide receiver. Odell Beckham's the only one that can really get off the line of scrimmage. Ruben Randall gets no separation. So they really struggle in the passing game. And then on top of that, it's supposed to be a quick strike passing game. They have to get some bunch formations and different things like that going so you can get some free releases on these receivers. But if they don't do that, they can barely get the ball passed against the Colts. I don't know what they're going to do against Seattle.
Yeah, in Seattle, it's going to be rough. Who you guys your
Fantasy Beast?
Who gets it going?
Fantasy Beast, I think Russell Wilson has a big bounce back week. I think the Giants are pretty decent against the run, and the Seahawks have been inconsistent with the run this year. But I think that Russell Wilson gets it going in the air a little bit, especially with the Giants losing so many cornerbacks.
Fantasy Zombie.
Who you guys your zombie?
Andre Williams, I think he continues to be quiet. I think they desperately need Rashad Jennings back to open up that offense because he's the key to what they want to do.
All right, well, we got our Sunday night and Monday night game. I know you got to run here to work. Can you stick on for these last two here, Lawrence?
Yep, I got the last two in me.
Okay, great. All right, here we go. Here, going to be a big Sunday night game here. I like this game. Could be the game of the week.
Bears versus Packers.
Man, it's going to be a lot on. Bears looked bad, but Packers at home here. Knocker, I know you're squinting at me, but again, these divisional games, yeah, we thought about that against the Rams and Niners, okay? I don't know what's going to happen this season. Any game right now is a good game to me. I don't know what to think. Who knows what's going to happen? But I'm going Aaron Rodgers at home.
Cutler?
I mean, come on. I know.
Really?
I know.
Really? That was fluff for the show,
Knocker,
right?
But we've seen this year, like we talked about, man. We've seen these things happen this year.
But the Bears
You think a team's good,
the
man.
Bears
Everyone called the
truly
Patriots out 3 weeks ago, and the Patriots are now the best team in the NFL?
But the Bears have sucked every single week.
They
sucked
have.
every single week.
They have sucked.
They have no faith
They've
in their
sucked
quarterback.
like they've never sucked before.
Exactly. They have no faith in their quarterback. Their defense is
Love
a
you,
freaking
Pepster.
sieve. Green Bay is just going to walk all over this team. Sorry.
All right, Green Bay in this one. Johnny Box.
Jordy! Yeah, I'm taking Green Bay.
All right, I'm going to go Green Bay. Knocker and his favorite white boy, Jordy Nelson. Lawrence, you going to round it out with the Packers in this one?
Yeah, I got the Packers. Jay Cutler never plays well in Lambeau Field. I think he's out of 10 times he's been there, I think he's only thrown like 4 touchdown passes. There's some weird stat out there where he really, really struggles there.
Yep.
I think he continues to struggle, and you continue to see the face where he looks like he wants to smoke a Newport.
Yeah. Wow, I'm going to give him a do. That was very good. Can I tell you, he also looks like a...
Anyone ever tell you look like a penis with a little hat on?
Stop wearing the beanie. Really? Cutler, just stop. Just stop. Like, you're really... It's not a good look for you. You look like a penis with a little hat on, smoking a stogie after you had to say. You know what, Lawrence? Thank you for that. That was fantastic. Knocker's having a good one with that one. All right. Who do you got? I like that. Who you guys your...
Fantasy beast.
You guys are beast in this one.
Aaron Rodgers, the Bears defense is just decimated with injuries, and it's not their fault. I mean, what are they supposed to do? That offense is supposed to be carrying that team, and they're not. So, just by default, Aaron Rodgers is going to kill that defense. Aaron Rodgers, fantasy beast.
All right, I got a question here for you.
DTM more destiny.
Is this player DTM or Destiny? Brandon Marshall. What do you do right now with Brandon Marshall?
I say you keep playing him because he's gonna come around. He's gonna get his numbers. But if you really don't feel comfortable with him, wait till he has a blow-up game and sell high on him.
All right, I kind of agree with you, man. You got to stick it out with him. But again, it's been disappointing for Brandon Marshall owner. I'm hoping he has one good game. I sell high on him real quick.
What the hell happened to Alshon Jeffries? Does he play?
What happened to the Bears? Just in general. Not like you said. What has happened to the Bears?
Seriously,
I don't know. They have so many weapons.
Cutler has happened.
Attaboy.
There it is.
Attaboy.
Oh, Russ?
No, not Russ.
Attaboy.
All right, here we go. Monday Night Football.
Monday Night Football.
This could be an interesting game here, or maybe not. We'll see. Sanchez in order.
Panthers versus Eagles.
Panthers, Eagles here. Carolina on the road is just, man, the Carolina the last few games just looked horrible. Cam Newton, maybe you thought he was getting it together, just doesn't seem, the accuracy is just not there for Cam Newton this year. A lot of injuries at running back, but still, Carolina on the road. Eagles with Mark Sanchez here. Knocker, I'm going to throw it to you first, man. Monday night can always be a tricky game here, but Eagles at home, right?
Oh, yeah. Eagles all the way.
Give me a score.
Yep.
Because it's everyone's tiebreaker in their pickups. What do you got to score here? 24-10. That's all the Eagles get, really? You don't think they put up more?
Actually, you know what? On my pick'ems, I went 34-17.
34-17.
Yeah.
Wow, double the score here. All right, what do you got, Johnny?
I'm taking the Eagles in this one.
Give me a score.
I'm going 27-17.
27-17. I'm going to go Eagles as well in this one. I'm going to go 31-20 here. I just think there's some junk points gathered up here at the end by the Panthers, but I like the Eagles here at home. Like I said, I think Sanchez is not a downgrade from Nick Foles in any way. I think he's, if not a more athletic quarterback. I think, like I said, Mark Sanchez got the raw deal to New York Jets. What do you got, Lawrence? Eagles, Panthers here.
Yeah, I got the Eagles at home in a win. I think Cam Newton's finally realizing that those weapons really aren't what he thought they were going to be in the offseason when he was trying to make a declaration that we're still going to be okay. You need weapons to win in this league, and he just doesn't have any. Of that offensive line, you can't name one of the guys on the line. They're all experimental guys. I just think it's a bad situation. The Eagles are excellent in primetime television, and I think Mark Sanchez is better than people give him credit for. I mean, he had the butt fumble. He's had some pretty good times in New York, but there's no quarterback that would have succeeded under the circumstances that he had. Just no weapons, nowhere to go. They want to run the ball 51 times a game. You just can't win that way, and I think he's going to play a lot better with the weapons that he has around him. Plus, his athleticism will help open things up.
Agree with you.
Well, I agree. I think Johnny would agree.
I like Mark Sanchez.
He likes Mark Sanchez this week, Monday Night Football. All right, who do you got real quick as your fantasy beast in this one?
Fantasy beast.
I'm a fantasy beast. I'm gonna have to go with LaShawn McCoy. He always plays big in
Monday night
games. I think they get him going. He's already that line's coming together. Evan Mathis will be back this week. Jason Kelsey has another week under his belt, and that line is finally intact. And I think he gets rolling.
Okay.
Fantasy zombie.
Is it Cam Newton this week?
No, I think Camden plays decent. I mean, he'll make plays. He's another guy that likes to show up in primetime television, even though it won't be to the same degree as some of the Eagle players. But I probably have to go with D'Angelo Williams. I don't think that running game is any good. I don't think having any of those running backs is worth anything because no one can get the running game going behind that line.
All right, man, I agree with you. It's been our Week 10 picks here. Lawrence, thanks for helping us to knock it out here. Again, check out his Boom Bust column. We'll be out tomorrow. Get you ready each week at thenewsportsgrid.com, our featured article there. So check it out at LBSaid on Twitter. Lawrence, I know you got to run. Thank you for sticking around for the whole show, buddy. We will talk to you next week.
Yep. Thank you, guys, man. It's always a pleasure.
All right, buddy. At LBSaid on Twitter, buddy. We'll talk to you next week. All right, guys. Lawrence, thank you for coming in on the show. Johnny Icebox, I know it's been a rough day. I know you want to get some sleep. You got a rough couple days here going on with the car situation. So, again, guys, make sure you guys check us out on iTunes. Before we go, Stitcher, also iHeartRadio. Spread the word. Tell a friend about the show. We appreciate all the fans, new listeners, all the tweets that come in. Just everything you guys do for the show. So we really appreciate it. As we check out here, we'll be back next week. Same time, same place. Be good humans out there.
Sorry, that was my bad.
No, play it, dude. We're going to go out. Go ahead. Play the music. Yeah,
No. What I was trying for was the...
Oh, the Icebox music out. All right. We'll do it.
on this screen, but anyways, I fucked that up. Fat fingers.
You were doing so good all show, Eater Beans. We'll be back, though, next week again. Spread the word. Check us out on iTunes. Subscribe to the show. Spread something. Check out Miss November at thenewsportscrew.com.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you to all our sponsors for the Icebox Studios and for the Mexican on the ones and twos.
Miss November.
We'll be back next week. We love you all.